We said it last night. The New York Jets put up a valiant effort against the New England Patriots, but it was not good enough. Patriots improved to 9-2, a 8-game winning streak, and the Jets, beautiful while it lasted, 2-game winning streak came to a crashing halt. We'll talk about all of it, including insiders going scorched earth on Justin Fields after this game. Good Lord. We'll talk about all of it with a very special guest. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
We're back, baby. We were just here actually a couple of hours ago for the post-game show. That's what happened in primetime games. A feeling you're not going to feel the rest of the season, Jet fans, because that was it. That was it. There's only 2 of those on the schedule. Week 4 Monday Night Football, Week 11 Thursday Night Football, then back to our normal 1 o'clock scheduled programming moving forward. We'll get to more of that later. But let's bring in my special guest. We're going to be talking all things New York Jets, New England Patriots. Again, this is Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available if you prefer the audio-only version wherever you get your podcast. Every Friday, I'm joined by a resident New York Jets historian and someone that I imagine has a lot of things to say after the Jets lost this division rivalry game to the New England Patriots. His name is Bob Lederer, and he wrote that book behind me. What's up, Bob? Ooh,
I got notes.
Okay, I wish Justin Fields had that same level of detail on some of his action, but that's neither here nor there. So, let's get right into it. The Patriots beat the Jets 27-14 to kick off Week 11 on Thursday Night Football here. And Justin Fields was terrible. There's just no other way to put it here, Bob. Now, I know that we can say there's multiple things can be true. Was there a lot of drops? Of course. Did Josh Myers give him an incredibly low snap, which he had been giving him all night?
It wasn't the only time that he did that.
He definitely not. It was throughout the entire game. I kept noticing it. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us later. Dun, dun, dun. It did. Yeah. But I just can't make excuses for Justin Fields anymore. That's the 5th game this season that he's had under 117 passing yards, and 4 of those 5 he had under 55 yards passing. I just can't make excuses for it anymore. He's playing a different sport. What I thought I was a fan of was American football, but he's playing like ping pong or something. I have no idea what the hell he's playing out there. So the scorched earth nature, which is also in the article down below, after the final offensive play, as it appeared for the New York Jets, Zach Rosenblatt took to social media and said this, quote, "That should be the final Justin Fields snap as the Jets quarterback. Enough." And several others gave similar responses. Jake Asman, our good buddy, says Justin Fields is not an NFL quarterback. He came back to say Justin Fields should never start another game for the Jets. The Jets paid $30 million for a more mobile Zach Wilson. Pathetic. And Benjamin Albright joined me the other day, NFL Insider Extraordinaire, and he shared that same message he told me on my show on social media. The Jets knew they were in for a rebuild on the offensive side, and they're going to have to make some moves on defense when they brought that front office coaching staff in. But Justin Fields as the bridge was about as unserious a move you can make at the quarterback position. And the insults and everything goes on and on and on and on. So why don't we start there, Bob? What's your take?
Okay, we'll start there. I came on this show how many months ago? 4 months ago? Before the preseason?
Probably longer. So it was probably June. So July. What do we got? July. I don't know. You can't even count months.
And what did I say? I said that Justin Fields is not a good quarterback.
You did. You said that.
And I put up my armor and I took the beating. I took the slaps in the face. I remember Devin calling and saying, "I'll bet you they win 9 games because of Justin Fields." And I went,
well, that's still possible. I mean, if the Jets won out, they would be 9-8. I mean,
hey, listen, I thought they'd win 6. I don't think they're going to win 6, but you know what?
Okay.
I don't want them to win 6 games. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want them to win games that I watch. It's much more nice. It's calming. Like last Sunday, I was walking around the house after they won again and went, well, what do I do now? Because they won. And I saw you had a very brief post-game show because you had been on the air all that time. But also, what were you going to say after Cleveland? Look, they got outclassed last night at two key positions, quarterback and at wide receiver.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Okay. Frankly, really, I'm shocked that people think this should be the last game that he plays at quarterback. He's still better than Tyrod Taylor. I hate to say it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, from a passing perspective, like Tyrod's
he doubled the 55 yards we're used to seeing.
Blessed be he.
In the passing game last night, I didn't think he was that bad throwing the ball last night. Look, if Mitchell makes the catch on the bomb,
sure,
he was going to score, but they would have put more points on the board. If Mitchell had caught the other pass they threw, well, if he'd thrown a better ball to the right side of Mitchell so that he could have made the catch, but then he clearly dropped another one over the middle.
That one was as bad as it gets. It was the third one, I believe, because we had the left bomb hash. You just talked about that one. We had the right one where he had to sort of pirouette and spin around. And then the one in the red zone on, I think that was either second or third down. I mean, it just went right through his hands. That was the worst one for Adonai.
But seriously, it's not going to be a world-beating situation, but we found John Mechie last night.
We did. Very nice.
He did. He played a nice game. Okay. It's the other thing. when Fields has to spend too much time in the backfield before he gets, clobbered, nobody ever comes back. When they show you the replay from down the field, nobody ever comes back to try to help him out.
No.
And it's the easiest thing to do. Again, I've never played organized ball, but even on the street, you find that if you run deep on a pattern and you're not open and time's running out because one they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You come back and try to make it easier for them to just throw the ball short to you. They never do that. And again, he can't look past the first receiver.
Definitely not.
And when he does, it takes forever. You take out your wristwatch and you count seconds or minutes before he goes to the second guy. So I didn't think he was that bad because if they catch the ball that he throws a couple of times, they're in much better position. And it would have added he would have had 150.
Sure, perhaps. Yeah, right.
So, I've said I don't understand why off season or on season the Jets don't take him and say, like you say, when you were in high school, where your coach would tell you, okay, 1, 2, 3, you're clobbered. You can get rid of the ball quickly enough. And they need to say, and Justin Fields, no matter who he plays with, has to be accustomed to the same thing. He's got to take the snap, take one step, and get rid of the ball. So I don't know if he can do that now. Mitchell, great size, unbelievable ability to get himself open. Because I was watching.
Oh yeah, happened all night.
And he's open. He was open 95% of the time once they snapped the ball.
Impressive, very impressive.
Very impressive. He's got to work in catching the ball. Who does that sound like? We have a receiver named Arian Smith. Was he even active last night?
He did not have a target.
Yeah.
He was active officially from what the Jets tell us, but I didn't see him. I'm not sure if he's alive. I haven't seen him, but
well, every time they pulled Mitchell off the field after he made one of those mistakes, I didn't understand why Arian Smith didn't immediately come into the game and replace him. Now they like Isaiah Williams. They obviously see something in him, and as a kick returner, he's been pretty good. And he's had a couple of situations where he caught the ball or did an end around or something like that where he's been okay. But you can't compete with Drake. What are you going to do? And a banged up defensive backfield with people playing out of position. And you tell me this because I'm not as discerning as you are. Were the Jets rotating zone and man to man?
Yes,
they were. Okay, because every time they played a zone, oh my God, there was a Grand Canyon in the middle of the field for Drake May to throw to.
Yeah, and they got him in man-on-man coverage. There was a few key third and fourth downs that Brandon Stevens was on. I forget the Patriots receiver now, but they just ran simple whip routes where you come inside, it looks like you're coming across the middle, then the receiver plants his foot down, spins around, does a 180, comes back the other way, and Brandon Stevens was on skates. Whoa! And then, so the man coverage once, the zone coverage once, it didn't matter. And to your point that you mentioned earlier, the Jets couldn't get to Drake May. They couldn't disrupt him. A few times they slightly inconvenienced him where he's like, geez, well, I guess I have to step up here. I guess I got to move in this direction. But they didn't bother him. He didn't see ghosts. He didn't see nothing. He just, again, slightly, geez, I guess I got a shuffle here, up a shuffle here, and that was it. So he looked impressively confident. Good for him.
The other thing last night is Brownlee, really for the first time, displayed some of the things that got him kicked out of Cincinnati. He had 2 or 3 really bad penalties.
Oh, for sure. And it looked like he was getting in his own head, too.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything wrong with him basically throwing the Patriots receiver to the ground.
Yeah. I think the German suplex one, I think, again, in today's NFL, how the referees call it is if you, let's say I get to this is probably a worse example from a quarterback perspective, but if I grab a quarterback and I have him and he's not moving, it's just hold him up and then the refs are going to call it dead. Or if you have a running back and you start piling him backward, they just want you to stop eventually. But at the same token, if you just stop and you think you heard a whistle or you've done enough and then he gets away from you and runs away, you're going to feel terrible about it. But no, Jarvis should not have German suplex that Patriot player. That would have been third down. That was on the Patriots' first offensive drive of the game. That was very disappointing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some more things. I like New England's uniforms. I thought they were pretty nice.
Okay, the rivalry. We'll see the Jets version in the second Patriots game.
Okay. Now, here's what I even said this at halftime to you.
Okay, sure.
On the first Jets series down the field where the Patriots couldn't do anything right. 14, 15, 16 play drive. They stopped doing that the next time they had the ball. They went very conservative and just doing the very basics, run up the middle, wait till third down and then try to get the first down. And I didn't understand what Tanner Angstrom, and I'm assuming he's calling the plays.
He is.
And they're being, run from on the field.
Correct.
Because as the third quarter began on the telecast last night, Kirk Herbstreit says, you know what I didn't understand? Why, after they had so much success running those plays on the first series, why did they stop running them? And to me, I couldn't understand it because if they can't stop you, keep doing it until they show they figured it out and they can stop you. But they didn't even challenge it. And again, you saw little bits and pieces of it showing up again in the second half. And every time they did, the Patriots really didn't have an answer for it. So if you want to kill the clock, which they did want to do, and you want to get some yardage, and they wanted to do that too, and matriculate down the field, thanks, Stram would say.
Yes.
Do what works. And you don't have great wide receiver talent out there. You've got a really good running back. How many yards did our man have last night?
I have all those statistics in front of me. Breece Hall would be. Breece Hall had 58 yards rushing last night.
How many carries?
14.
Okay. Well, I think they used him about as much as they could. Oh, and then in the third quarter, when I was saying to myself, they never throw the ball to him. Sure enough, on the next play, they threw the ball to him and he got a couple yards.
Yeah, let me see targets for old Breece Hall in this game. He had 2 catches for 6 yards. He was targeted those 2 times.
Okay. Look, I don't think New England is world-beating. I think they played some really good games last week against Buffalo, shocked the Bills, or 2 weeks ago against Buffalo, or maybe it was 4.
Yeah, it was 8, actually. That was the start of their winning streak. The Bucs is who they beat last week.
Yeah. Another point, just being a football fan, I detest when the offensive line pushes the running back to get another 3, 4, 5.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You tell me, because you've played.
Yeah.
wouldn't it be fairly easy for the running back to have a broken leg or something happen
Sure.
as these big guys are pushing him forward and he's like in the middle of the scrum?
Sure, yeah. Cleats get caught in turf, and then they're pushing her body, and her leg gets stuck, and then that's all she wrote.
But if they're going to allow the tush push, I guess they're going to allow that, and I think that should be stopped because really, first of all, somebody could of great talent can get hurt.
Sure,
but secondly, come on, the guy is stopped. Just
right.
Pushing him forward by putting 1,500 pounds behind the guy and forcing him another 3-4 yards. What's the point?
The NFL's rule is what they try to restrict, although they never call this, is pulling. So if the Patriots were on the other side and Trayvon Henderson stopped and they're just grabbing him by the shoulder pads and yanking him towards the end zone, although that has happened several times this season in the NFL, and the refs have not called that penalty. So that has been its own separate issue.
You saw last night, you never draft a smallish quarterback. And smallish means under 6'1", actually under 6'2".
Okay.
I've never... I can't remember the last time I saw a pass that was deflected by a helmet on your own team.
Yeah, that was
and Fields is not a little guy.
No, he's fairly big. Let me double check what Fields is. My guess would be 6'3", but maybe he's not as big as I'm making up in my head. He is 6'3". Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what do we do about Fields? Well, you have him under contract next year.
Yes.
Assuming you're going to draft a quarterback and not just trade for somebody. I heard somebody yesterday talking about making a trade with Jacksonville because apparently their coach is disenchanted.
Apparently,
with him. Could you fix him? I don't know if the Jets could fix him. I don't know. He's playing better than he did. His first couple of years when they had that horrible, college coach trying to do it. But assuming that Fields is back and he's probably going to be the starting quarterback until he gets booed off the field next year. What do you do with him? Well, there's a tweeter, New York Jets history.
Yes, love that account.
Yeah, I don't think you know who it is either.
The actual person, no. I've spoken to that account, but I don't know who they actually are.
If you're watching New York Jets history, call in. We'd like to talk with you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Join the coffee club.
Yeah.
Or don't join the coffee club and call in anyway.
Sure, either way.
But he or she had a great idea, and that is, we all remember Brad Smith.
Yes.
And the contributions he made in the Rex Ryan era. And Justin Fields has that kind of overall ability. Now, he probably is a better quarterback, has a better arm than Brad Smith did. But Brad Smith could do everything on the field, and Justin Fields can do everything on the field. Now,
Brad Smith was a Heisman finalist back in Missouri.
Justin Fields, if he played a role like that, is not going to have a career that lasts for the next 10 years. And God knows he probably can get a backup role, on any number of teams. He'll be one of those guys who plays for 9 or 10 different teams if he wants to do that and make himself some additional money. I don't know if, having heard the kind of person he is and his faith being as deep as it is, and they were talking again on Chicago radio this morning, having watched the game here.
Yeah.
About what a nice guy he is and how pleasurable he is, and how he's always available to the media. He never ducks media sessions.
I respect that.
And so he's a quality human being.
Seems
if he wants to continue playing, I think he can make a much bigger contribution and get some applause from the team the fans he plays for, than continuing to play quarterback, unless he can make a quantum leap.
Which doesn't seem like that's going to happen. It just feels like it's been too much time. Again, what I would do is, personally, I would cut Justin Fields in the offseason. I'd move on with my life and eat the money lost. But at this current moment in time, Justin Fields, they got back to running the football. He had 11 carries for 67 yards, 6.1 a clip in the touchdown. So they would have run him more. AG said that they didn't want to put him in harm's way. Well, let me just say this as bluntly as I can. If you're not willing to put Justin Fields in harm's way from a running perspective, then it's over, because you're not putting him on the field for his checks notes passing prowess. I'm assuming that's not one of the top reasons that he's on the field at the quarterback position. So I would utilize that running ability in packages. I'd switch quarterbacks to either Tyrod. Tyrod's the most likely next step. I know people are asking for Brady Cook in the chat, and I'll get to some of your guys' super chats in a second. I know some people are efforting that path. I think they have to go through the Tyrod path first before exploring ultimately Brady Cook potentially at some point later in the season, and just see what you have in Tyrod. And maybe he is what we all think he is. He's old and he's going to get hurt again.
I don't need to see what we have in Tyrod. We know what we have.
But isn't he going to give us better passing quarterback play than what Justin Fields
gives? Here's a point that's not from last night.
Okay.
But this one came from Monday or Tuesday when we had the big brouhaha about, ask Rich Cimini what the status of Garrett Wilson is, okay?
Yes.
Garrett, sit out the season, okay? Garrett, as you know, Paul, I'm Jewish.
Okay, yes.
And I believe in that God has his plans for all of us.
All right. God's
plan again this year is get the Jets a good draft spot for a quarterback. Well, assuming they want one, because I watched for Fernando last week.
Yes, Fernando.
But I only saw the last drive.
That's all you needed to see.
I was not just impressed with his poise, because he got clobbered on the first down.
Tough.
But I was really impressed with his arm strength and the passes that he made. And he might be the only guy that's worth, drafting. I watched another draft experts analysis yesterday.
Okay.
And the only one in this year's crop of college quarterbacks as of now, as opposed to early in the season when Arch Manning was still a possibility. And you'd be crazy. If you want to draft Arch Manning, draft him in the 7th round. Because that's about what he's ready to play. But it might very well be, as they said on the telecast last night, that they wait to draft a quarterback next year, because next year's class looks like a lot better than this year's. Well, this year's class looked pretty good until they started playing football in August, and then not so much. So I don't need to see Tyrod Taylor. Hey, if you want to use the third or rookie quarterback, fine. But the Jets are going to get pummeled.
Oh, I think I know why you want to play Justin Fields, because you want that better draft pick, because Justin Fields should be able to guarantee that.
Well, I just want them to have the look. If they apparently they've been scouting Indiana literally.
They have a lot. Yeah, they've visited him 4 or 5 times this season.
Yeah. So I mean, they're watching him closely.
Clear. Yeah,
and you won't really know till after the season when he goes to the combine.
Sure.
And when they bring him in for a personal visit and that sort of thing, if he's the kind of guy that you want to try to build your team around, or do you want to wait for next year and look at Dante Moore again, and other guys that are going to be out there? It's it's a crapshoot. As was pointed out the other day, you can get a guy as the 5th pick, or with Tom Brady in the 6th round. You just never know. It's all scouting, and it's all, luck and coaching. I am still not convinced that they have the proper coaches in place to work with a guy like this. I watch now. Caleb Williams is getting better with Ben Johnson here in Chicago.
Yeah, sure.
But he's not a world beater. He has his capability late in games to bring the Bears from behind, which is a terrific skill. But a lot of times for the first 3 quarters, he's rather average. He's not bad. He's not great. He's okay.
I take average right now.
Yeah. And so you got to have the right people in place. You have to have the right coach. You got to have the right quarterback coach. You have to have an offensive coordinator who can work with this guy and create an offense that brings out his best skills. And doesn't overwhelm him. And that's something. Now, I wanted to ask you, because you already started to bring it up. I went to sleep as soon as the last snap was done. What did our esteemed coach, Mr. Glenn, have to say last night?
He had a few things to say. Well, I like that he didn't try to sugarcoat things and say, "Wow, we had a good effort out there." I'm glad he did not
Moral
choose
victory.
to. Yeah,
No,
I'm glad he did not choose to go in that direction.
no, but no head coach can. No.
No, but he has done that a few times earlier this season where he said he really liked what he saw. I'm glad he did not go in that direction. He got pretty intense when talking about his defensive issues, called them unacceptable and things of that nature, with Drake May having all these wide open, targets. I think the one part that may have irked Jet fans, if any, is his comments on Justin Fields saying we got to help him out better and things of that nature, of all the drops and all the other things that did not put him in the best position to succeed. I think those are the ones that probably were of particular interest. And real quick, I see we have super chats in here, so let me get to some of those here on the program. First off, this is just a comment that made me laugh. So Havmo63, Mechi Kenkechi. Like that very much. Havmo 63. Yes.
Hey, let's use that from now on. Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently we were hyping up perhaps a wrong former second round receiver. All Adonai Mitchell. Maybe Mechie's the one we should have been talking about. NC Green with the super chat. Let's hear from my daughters, Ryla. Wow. Cook a look or ride Fields to a first pick. That's
why
a
not
good little
both
line there. Hey, perhaps. I mean, to be honest, I think we get both. Eventually, if Justin keeps playing in this way, he's not going to start every game of whatever it is, 8 games left in the season, or 7 games left in the season, whatever the math is. I can't think right now. So he won't play in every game if he plays like this. And eventually, you owe to yourself, okay, is Brady Cook a franchise quarterback? Probably not. But you owe it to at least roundhouse kick the tires and throw him out there for a start and see what he does with it, I guess. And if it's exactly what you thought,
maybe you play him the last game. Well, everybody thought, well, Buffalo can just blow off the last.
Well, it sounds like not now.
Not now. I think if you're going to put him in there, you got to put him in there against a team where they have a chance, where he's not going to get killed.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know, looking at the schedule, what's the soft spot, to get him.
I don't even know. Like, I mean, I guess there's Saints and Dolphins and these other teams, but like, it's the NFL. I think eventually, if you're gonna test out this Ferrari, you just got to shove him out there. I'm not saying next week. I don't know when it happens. Maybe it's one of the final 2 or 3 games of the season.
And you got to precede that game with Aaron Glenn saying, "I don't know who's going to be our quarterback."
Yes, of
course. We're going to have a quarterback on Sunday.
Allow the mystery. I like it. And we
have to, because otherwise, you could help Cook a lot by giving him a chance.
That's for sure.
And not having the other team prepared basically to blitz him on every down.
Let's go to a very blunt message from Fire Aaron Glenn. His message, Fire Aaron Glenn. Wow. Appreciate you coming back, Fire Aaron Glenn. You're, by the way, $1 away from a raffle ticket for our contest, which, by the way, is this beautiful Marty Lyons jersey. So, Fire Aaron Glenn, if you send in another $1 super chat before the end of November, you'll have a chance to win this. And who better to win this than Fire Aaron Glenn? We have this beautiful autographed Marty Lyons jersey, his Alabama jersey, all his accomplishments stitched on the bottom of that jersey, and also signed off to the Boy Green Coffee Club. And Bob, you'll be happy to hear this. Your favorite buddy, Carl, who I'm sure will call in today, he sent in this wonderful gift. This is a Marty Lyons autographed hat that he's adding to the donation. So he just sent this in. So thank you to, and it includes the tags and everything. So shout out to Carl. So not only is that jersey available for a raffle, but you get an accompanying NFL hat autographed by Marty Lyons.
And these are real autographs, not just somebody taking a copy of their autograph and putting it on.
Correct. That jersey, I have the certificate of authenticity for. I don't for the hat, but you'll have to take his word for it. I'm looking at it right now. That very much looks like Marty Lyons to me, but I think
it's going to say in the middle, endorsed by Carl.
Correct. Yeah, there you go. That's what we need. So, folks, if you want to get involved in the raffle, we'll be giving that away on December 1st. So you guys can continue to send in those raffle tickets throughout the month of November. Here, raffle tickets are $3 a piece. So appreciate all the super chats coming up here on the program. What else is in your notes, Bob Lederer?
Coach Essen, a question for you. When you have backup defensive backs,
yes,
is it easier to put them in a zone or to put them in a man-on-man, or is neither, and that's why you mix it up?
It's a good question. Well, man, I mean, it's simple. Hey, it's a basketball game. Hey, Paul, you got blue shirt over there. Okay. All right. I mean, it's very simple. Follow blue shirt. Zone, depending on your responsibilities, I'm flat defender unless this happens and on this. So I guess there is more thinking, and you're passing off receivers, right? He's coming into your zone. Okay, my buddy's going to take him. I'm pretty sure this is cover 6 versus cover this. Oh, this is his responsibility. Oh, wait, it's not. He's wide open. Jeez. So, so I guess there is a little bit. But here's the problem with man. If you're a lesser corner or inexperienced or whatever, they could just beat your chops, which happened to Brandon Stevens.
Yeah, there are guys that are not really good on man-to-man. They're much better in zone, but you don't really have that much to go on when you have put in people back there that have never played for you or never played that position. So you have no idea. How good a job, aside from that a really nice tip away from the wide receiver, how good a job did you think Stevens played last night?
I thought Stevens actually played very well. Again, you mentioned the one big play, and that's well noted. I didn't give him any credit in the moment. I thought Matt Collins just dropped it. And then on the replay, very clearly, Brandon Stevens punched it out. He's a pretty good tackler. He's always in the conversation. He had a few again, when Drake May has that sort of performance, which, by the way, Drake May was 25 of 34, 281 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 8.3 per clip, was only sacked once, and he started the game with 11 straight completions, which is an NFL record for, I believe, its second-year quarterback. So,
and all told, he actually finished in Italian ice on the field as the Jets were trying to rush him.
And isn't that beautiful? And I'm glad that he was able to finish that. Before I give any more, I see we have some Boy Green Coffee Club memberships coming in. Shout out to Jared B. Appreciate it. Finish your 5th raffle ticket so far this month. Appreciate it. I'll reveal where that membership went in just a second because our number one Austrian Jet fan gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. 46 raffle tickets for our number one Austrian Jet fan coming up here on the program. Appreciate you guys joining the army and keeping the love going here. Those memberships, by the way, went to these individuals here on your screen. Those members in just a moment. Shout out to the YouTube overlord for keeping track of this. By the way, as I'm reading those names, make sure you guys like the video. That is the free way to contribute to the show. We have 41 likes, but more than 41 people in the room. What is going on? Jared B's membership went to Mr. Maji. Number one Austrian Jet fan, your membership went to TL. So appreciate that as well here on the program. We also have another super chat coming in here, Bob. So let's address that coming up here on the show. I appreciate you guys. Dan the Jets fan, 21, baby. And again, every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughters, Rylota. Wow. That is a good point, I suppose. Dan, the Jets fan, 21 with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Dan. The Buffalo Bills could still rest their starters in Week 18 if they're locked into a certain seed, 5, 6, or 7, respectively. Maybe if we're playing if we are playing for the first overall pick too. Yeah, the Jets are, before the result of last night's game, had the 3rd best odds of landing the number 1 overall pick. So I imagine last night's results only aided in those efforts to get that number 1 overall pick.
And we're competing against New Orleans and who else? Cleveland? Yeah.
The ESPN wrote an article about it, but I could just pull it up here. It's
so we're Tennessee. We're behind Cleveland because we beat them.
No, we're actually in front of Cleveland. My words aren't working. The head-to-head is not a factor in the draft order. Correct. It is strength of schedule is the number 1 tiebreaker. So the Jets are in front of Cleveland. Now, in fairness, Cleveland is 2-7. The Jets are 2-8. So the Browns have a game to play this weekend. If they did have the same record at this current moment in time, Cleveland would be ahead of the Jets based on strength of schedule. And so I guess it's impossible to play this game because we need to see what happens. But the team that has the best odds of landing the number 1 overall pick are the Tennessee Titans. They're 1-8. They're the only 1-win football team. The Saints are above the Jets at this moment in time. They're 2-8, but of course, they play in a game this weekend. Let's see. The Giants are 2-8. Browns are 2-7. Raiders are 2-7. Those are all the 2-win
company.
Yes, yeah, it's an elite group. There's no question about it. So they do have a strong chance to get it. Again, what the Jets are going to have to sort of determine here is they play like games against the Saints and the Dolphins. Like those games will be defining in terms of this number 1 overall pick race here, Bob. It will be.
Yeah. Well, I know the Saints are not very good. They need a quarterback. Tennessee needs a quarterback.
Tennessee's got
Cleveland.
Cam Ward, so they may not.
That's true. That's true. Cleveland needs a quarterback.
Oh yeah, Cleveland.
They have too many. They have too many of them.
Yeah, and none of them are good. And
I'm still saying, and I know you're going to boo me out of the building for this.
Okay.
Joe Flacco to make a return. I'd like to see that.
I would not.
He's better than Justin Fields.
Well, I guess if that's the bar we're setting, which unfortunately
he's trying to have a passing game.
Yeah.
Of course, look at his receivers, but
that's also
a passing
true.
Game.
I mean, again, my only problem with Joe Flacco is he has the mobility of a parked car, and that one sort of throws me off a little. By the way, Dan, you do have a raffle ticket for a contest this month. Appreciate it. And we have 400 people in the room, and 100 of those are on YouTube. Guys, like the video on YouTube. That's a free way to contribute to the program. I'll give a big salute to Michael Clemens. Nice little game last night.
Yeah, I was watching him. Boy, he really is strong. He really.
Oh yeah.
He can really move that tackle or guard that he's up against. He can just push him down the field like he's pushing a refrigerator. It's really
he collapsed the pocket several times of just forcing his guy into Drake May's lap. So again, we've seen and he had a pass deflection which could have resulted in an interception if Brandon Stevens saw the ball. So yeah, Michael Clemens had a nice little game last night.
Going back to the fumbled snap from center.
Yes.
Fields.
Yeah.
He would have been able to cover it, except that Tippmann actually kicked it away from him inadvertently.
Well, also he didn't just jump on it. He could have just fallen on top of it, but he tried to keep the play alive and just said, "Oh, let me pick it up and keep running the play."
I watched it for 2 or 3 times that they showed it, and Tippmann's right foot, basically just give it a tick in the wrong direction, and that's why New England recovered it. Not that I want to make an excuse for Fields, but it was also a really bad snap from center, and it wasn't the only one last night.
Right. Here's the thing that stinks in all of this, right? By the way, that was Justin Fields' 48th fumble. Officially goes on him, unfortunately. That is the most in the National Football League since he came into the league in 2021. So that's a lot of fumbles. But yeah, that is a part I think a lot of us are forgetting, that it was a terrible snap, and there had been terrible snaps all night. And for the most part, Justin Fields was Superman in terms of getting the snaps. High, low, all of them were low. None of them were high, but he just kept sort of corralling it and then going on with his day.
It was a bad time to have that happen.
That's for sure. So
put New England in perfect field position for a field goal to make it more than a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah. It added on, forcing the Jets where they couldn't have a touchdown field goal opportunity, which would have opened things up. Instead, they had to score both touchdowns to have a chance to make it happen.
Last question for you, Paul. I know this will come up during the offseason. Should we replace our field goal kicker next year, or are you satisfied with how well he's playing?
I am satisfied. I want to sign Nick Folk to a lifetime contract. I want him at 80 years old, getting his old ass out there, kicking field goals for us for all of
Curly Johnson can be the punter.
It works for me. So no, I've been absolutely thrilled with Nick Folk. Again, a lot of people, when Nick Folk was signed, just said, "Whoa, what a nostalgic story. The Jets get their kicker back from 9 years ago," which is that's very unique and rare. And he delivered a lot of great playoff moments for us. So for him to be back, a lot of people thought it was that. But again, Nick Folk had been and continues. He hasn't missed yet. He is the field goal conversion leader in the NFL for 3 years in a row. He was the last 2 years with Tennessee, and then this year he hasn't missed yet, so 100% conversion rate for old Nick Folk. So he has been absolutely spectacular. I'd love to bring him back. Austin McNamara, their punter, who has been magnificent. And Rich had a great piece. I wish I would have, because he writes articles all the time, so it's going to get lost in the sauce. But he wrote a piece maybe a month ago, about Austin McNamara's NFL journey. And he had been on 15 different teams or something, 15 different visits, and everyone kept rejecting him until the Jets said, "Yeah, let's try this guy out."
And again, having been a business journalist for my career, but obviously a big sports fan and Jets fan for a long time, I haven't seen anybody write a profile of what he's gone through in his punting history. And what has he changed? Why all of a sudden this year has he really stood out? Or has he been like that with other teams, but they thought they had somebody better? Because he's really he had one bad punt last night, one really bad punt.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
But, okay. So that's really maybe the first really bad punt he's had the whole season. And whatever they're paying him, he's more than earning his keep.
Yeah, two things here. So Austin McNamara was a rookie last year. He was with the Cincinnati Bengals. Right. He punted in the first week of August, and then they cut him. He didn't get another chance. He didn't go on another NFL team. He sat on his couch for the next 8 months. And then Rich Cimini wrote this in his piece. It wasn't a full deep dive on Austin. It was just a side piece in a bigger column. But he said that there's a kicking punting camp that they do sometimes, and teams can come fly to it and watch and everything. And the Jets, it wasn't their special teams coordinator, it was like an assistant, went to this thing and went, holy crap, who the hell is Austin McNamara? And then they signed him, and the rest is history. So good on them for doing some additional scouting on going to one of these summer camps to randomly find him. Nick Folk just randomly, right? It looked like they were going down a very different path at kicker with these inexperienced guys, an undrafted free agent and a former XFL kicker. They just said, hey, wait, Nick Folk? All right, let's give it a whirl. And now he's been spectacular.
We have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because look at the kicker that we're ready to give the job to. And he's great in the USFL, but the USFL.
100%.
So I want to thank the National Football League.
Okay.
I want to thank the New York Jets. I want to thank you for helping me achieve one of my dreams, and that is to do a post-game analysis that people actually listen to.
Yeah, well, we have 400 people in the room, so listening. Well,
so come in and rip the shreds out of everything or anything that I've said. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, well, here we go. So we're going to open up the phone lines next. You guys can jump on, chime in on anything related to this game and beyond, for that matter. So we'll play a quick cap timeout, and your phone call's next.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green, bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Nice. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
You heard him. Let's go, baby. The phone lines are open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. Again, we have over 400 people in the room, including over 100 on YouTube, yet only 50 likes on YouTube. The 50 people that are awkwardly watching this thing, not interacting whatsoever. What the hell are you doing? Make sure you guys like the video for the love of everything that's holy. Bob, can you please do the honor?
Before we do, any injuries last night of any note?
0, which, hey, there's a silver lining. Aaron Glenn starts his press conferences in the post-game, talk about injuries. He said no injuries to report, so that's the first time this season that's occurred.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Here we go.
Da, 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 da. And now here's Hef.
Boom.
All right. Hey, guys.
Hef, good morning.
Good morning. I want to talk to you about a little something different, Bob. I
think I know what's coming. I've been listening to you this week.
Okay, so I think you might have a book or some kind of an article, and I think we have to make a case to bring it to the NFL, and we need Greeny and Eisen to help present it to the commissioner, and to say we need a hyperbolic chamber in every NFL stadium, because I'm wondering if we had that injury last week with our safety, if he went immediately into that chamber, is that more beneficial? I don't even know, but we have to look into it.
Yeah, I heard you, and I have meant to look online at the history of hyperbolic chambers, because I know they've been around. I know Namath did at least 2 stories that I've read, because he was not a test case, but he was using it and having positive impact from everything I heard. But long term, you don't really know if that's the case or not. And I'll say this only sarcastically. I have told on the program here several times that when Namath wrote his most recent book, that his stories about what happened to him, particularly during the Super Bowl season and in given situations that have been much written about, they suddenly changed. Like, for instance, the morning after he made his prediction that the Jets were going to win, okay? Now, everybody on the team said we were in at breakfast. And Ralph Baker told me that. And some of the other names, escape me at the minute. But everybody told me they were all having breakfast. And many of them had a copy of the Miami Herald with the only story that really came out was in the Miami Herald. Because even the New York Times, was there. Dave Anderson of the Times, who was covering the Jets, that was there. But Namath had been saying for a couple of weeks to the press, we're going to win the game. Of course we're going to win the game.
Yeah, what are you going to say?
Making that announcement publicly was not really news. Dave Anderson told me he didn't even think it was worth, sending back to the Times for the news the next day. But anyway, it happened during breakfast. Namath in his most recent book says, it was noon and we were back out on the field. and Weeb came over to me. Weeb came over to him at breakfast in front of everybody.
It's old age that, with all due respect.
Joseph. When he was mad at him, he always called him Joseph. Joseph, what the heck did you do last night?
Right.
Okay. But Namath says it happened on a practice field the next day. And I went, when you said this the other day about the hyperbolic chamber, I went, whoa, it must have a very interesting effect on how your brain works.
Well, there's also
I don't know, but I am going to look up and see. I don't know if there's a book there, although my mind started to whirl and to say, okay, well, obviously it would have to be more than just Namath's experience.
Yeah, it'd have to be
the players. We'd have to talk to other players, the National Football League, and see what their attitude officially
I bring out the dirty laundry, Bob, and make them embarrassed. Say, here's your great players from the past.
You want me to get sued? Jeff, you want to get me sued, don't you? You want to get me sued?
Well, there's a program called Josh Rogan. He has a
Joe Rogan. Yes.
Joe Rogan. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan. Yeah, he has an episode on the chambers, and it's quite interesting. This is more recent. This is like maybe a couple of years ago. Yeah. And
I'm making notes.
Yeah, okay. Joe Rogan. And you can YouTube him. You just YouTube Joe Rogan.
He's got a massive following.
Right? I know who Joe Rogan is.
Oh, okay, then. So,
but anyway, go ahead. But he did a couple years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it to, because I don't even know if like as soon as you have the injury, if you say, all right, put him in the chamber right away. I don't know if that's
right. Is there health benefits to immediately going in as opposed to waiting?
You never hear about it. We looked on the program last Friday, and I looked it up on Google while we were on the air, and they cost anywhere from $1,500 as much as $50,000.
Well, the NFL's got money.
That's for
even sure. $50,000, and even Woody, I think, would make that investment if it would help heal his players.
Why not? It's good for the sport. I mean, right? You bring up these old guys. And when you say The Walking Dead.
And when you say good for the sport, remember, you saw the movie. I think we talked about this before, about the problem with the head injuries.
Yeah,
concussion.
And the scene in that movie is when the representative of the NFL confronts the doctor and his friend, who is a former team trainer with the Steelers, and says, "You don't get it. We can't admit that this is a problem because the mothers of America will stop their kids from playing football."
Well, I think the secret's out, and it's been 10 years since that movie came out.
It's even the NHL is kind of sort of fighting the idea of how bad it is with head injuries. But I'm a big hockey fan, at least of the Rangers, and I look at these guys who've had one concussion, And the minute I hear they had their first concussion, I go, don't ever trade for that guy. He is a total risk. Because if it happens once, it's going to happen. And you have high school kids who have barely played.
Yep.
Who have CTE.
Yeah. I was a running back, so I'm sure I got a couple of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many times did you get dinged to the point where you didn't know exactly where you were?
One time really in particular, I got a head-on-head collision in practice. Boom. And my whole left side went numb. And I was just like, woohoo, woohoo, you know, stars and stuff, you know. I said, I'm going home.
You're much better today, Hef. I will give you that.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. There he is. Hef. Good old Hef. Tried and true. Love the Hefster. All right. Keep the interactions coming here on the show. The pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25 is the call-in link. We appreciate you guys calling into the show. Again, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe.
Come on, guys, you can't like everything I've said. You can't like everything I've said today. Give it to me.
Okay. I'm okay if you know, well, I guess let's see. Let's go to it. We'll go up next to James. James?
Hello?
Hello,
yeah,
James.
We got you, James.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear. Yes.
I can't really hear you guys, but thank you for taking the call, BG. Good morning, Bob. Last night, listen, unfortunate. I really wanted to win, you know. We all know that the season is over. We understand that, but I don't want to lose. I know you guys don't want to lose.
I want to lose.
Weren't good enough. They were just a better team. However, I like what I'm seeing from AG. I do. I personally don't give a flying you-know-what about how he talks to the media. I don't give a shit. Because the media is trying to do one thing. That's cause a fucking wedge in between this team and the head coach or whatever the case may be. So as far as the media goes, I don't feel bad. I don't give a damn how he wants to talk to the media. He can do whatever he wants. I don't care about that. I really don't.
James, can you hear
Justin
me?
is absolutely atrocious. You know, I knew it was going to be not stimulating to watch this year, but this is as bad as it gets. We are allergic to the forward pass. That's not in our catalog of plays or whatever. I just don't know. It just doesn't make sense. The ineptitude of the offense moving the football is something that, as a Jets fan for 30 years, I have never seen such a constipated offense as far as throwing the ball goes in my entire life. I can't hear you guys, so I'm going to hang up, and I'll talk to you soon.
There he is, James, joining us here on the program. I would say on AG, there's a lot of things that I've liked about AG, but let's see how he responds to this Patriots adversity, because the Jets have more adversity coming. It's in Baltimore, and the Ravens have hopes and desires of flipping their season around and winning the division, which, you know, with how Pittsburgh has played, it seems like that door is completely open for that to potentially transpire.
Paul,
go ahead.
how much did Mozzie Smith play last night?
Let me see if Rich Samini tweeted out the snaps from last night yet. Normally we get it the next.
I was trying to figure out what number.
Oh yeah, it's like I knew it yesterday. It was like 50. Oh, here it is. So let me give you snaps first. All right, Mozzie. Where's Mozzie? Okay, he played 30% of the snaps. So that was 30%. And again, of course, you know, when you mention him, we have one thing to play.
I'm going off the rails on a Mozzie train. There you go.
30% of the snaps for Mozzie there. And I believe he wears, off the top of my head, I believe it's 58. But let me get that. I have the Jets roster here in front of me. So let's go Mozzie here. And it is 58. I should never doubt myself. I'm always right. There you go. Mozzie Smith, the old 58 there. Which, let's go to the conductor of the Mozzie train. That is EC.
Mother McCready.
God bless you,
Hey, Paulie, I got one thing to say. Set your razor to 5 and get a head start on it so the kids don't get completely freaked out.
Well, the kids aren't here, so they're not going to see me until this beard is altered. So
I think you are really going to become a new sex symbol when that part of that. Although I'd love to see what you look like without it, but I've seen your kids, so I think I have a pretty good idea.
Okay, there you go. That's right. So,
Well,
or the Jets just win in Baltimore, and then my beard is saved.
I remember on one episode of The Addams Family, someone asked Cousin It, "What are you underneath all that hair?" And his answer was roots.
So I guess you guys are going to find out, maybe, or
And
maybe
and
not.
you're going to do this live on air? Is that what we're going to say?
I don't know if I can where I'm sitting.
No, that'd be a messy situation.
Yeah, it'd be very hairy, and I don't know.
I
where
think if you do it, I think when you do it, you should bring the kids into the bathroom and say, "Daddy had a bet. Daddy lost the bet. I have to shave my beard off. So watch me do it, so you know it's still me."
I don't know if that's going to resonate.
And I promise you, I as soon as I shave it off, growing it right back.
There you go. That's the spirit. Or the Jets just win in Baltimore.
And right after that, the NFL is going to make it illegal for anybody who watches their games to shave.
Yeah.
After a loss. After a loss.
Yeah. Oh my God. So where do we go from here?
Easy. Are you on the train of, oh my God, we got to get rid of Fields after last night, or did you already realize that before?
I've known it. If you talk to Paulie, I said in the beginning of the year, I hope this kid works out, because that would be great for us if he works out. So I was always doubtful that it would work. I thought maybe he might have turned it around in Pittsburgh, and they just decided to go with Wilson because the rule of thumb is you don't lose your job over an injury and that kind of shit. And plus, Russell Wilson has the history of being a Super Bowl quarterback. I mean, technically he won 2 Super Bowls, if not for that stupid pass play that was called. I don't know. If they'd have just handed the ball back to beast mode, they would have scored. I mean, they would have.
Yep.
They would have scored, and they would have won the game. But who in the world thought that some fledgling, third string cornerback was going to pick the ball off? I mean, that was just like, it was just, Patriot luck. They got great luck. They got Field should have just fallen on the ball.
Yes,
he tried to.
They teach
he did not try. He didn't, Bob.
He kept trying to pick it up, and then the center kicked the ball out of his hands when he was about to pick it up.
Yeah, 100%. Had a chance to fall on it, and then the play would have been over, but he didn't. He kept trying to pick it up and try to make a play, and then the ball got kicked from the ground, and then he lost it. So he had a chance.
What is it they say? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So that was absolute proof of it.
Well said.
Don't just. I mean, just everyone teaches you from Pop Warner football to junior high to JV to varsity to college. Every level they teach you. Fall on the ball. Now, unless you're like a linebacker and the ball bounces up waist high right in front of you where you can grab it and run it back to the end. Yeah, but if it's on the ground, fall on it.
By the way, Dave Briga says he loves Easy's quotes, as do I. That's very nice. The path to hell is paved with good intentions. That's a great quote.
I love Dave Briga. Dave Briga, like me, has seen Dick Wood and Galen Hall and Mike Tolliver and Pete Lisk.
There you go.
He's seen all the quarterback greats.
I remember watching the Jets from Shea Stadium in those steel bleachers, man, jumping up and down on them bleachers. I saw a Steeler game there. I saw a Bengals game there. We got our asses kicked in both of them.
Yeah.
But at least I got to see Joe Namath and Emerson Boozer and Richard Castor and all those guys play, so I got to see some of the greats play. The one thing I really think is, I'm sorry, I love Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Glenn. I love him. He was one of my favorite players when he played for the Jets. One of my favorites. I thought he was great. I thought he was amazing. I don't think he's that good of a coach. I just don't. I mean, if in some miracle world we could get Chucky and Rex as just God, man, just think how good that is.
What does Aaron do or fail to do that convinces you he's not a good coach?
He doesn't take in consideration the rest of the team when he leaves somebody that is that inept out on the field to continue to flounder. Why do you think that was the straw that broke the camel's back with with Quinnen Williams. When he got rid of Aaron Rodgers and brought this kid, Quinnen was like, I'm done. This is going to be another year of bullshit. I'm not getting any younger, and it's going to be another shit year. And I love the Jets, and I wanted to turn it around with the Jets, but it's not going to fucking happen. I'm getting another year older. I'm at a contract thing. Do I really want to sign with this team if they don't show me any signs of being able to progress in a positive direction? And constantly leaving this guy out there who's a good kid, a great young man. He's tremendous character. This is nothing personal with Justin Fields. I think he's a wonderful kid, a wonderful human being, a great guy. You can give him all the accolades, but he is not a high-quality NFL quarterback. It's that simple. And to leave him out there to continue to flounder is a detriment to the other players on that team that are good NFL players. He's killing their careers, leaving this kid out there. He's just not getting it done. Now, is Tyrod the answer? Maybe not. But will Tyrod at least throw a fucking pass down the field? Yes. Can he complete passes? Yes. Will he throw interceptions? Yes. But at least he gives you a better chance of winning a game. He just does, because you can't not evaluate any of the talent in our receiving squad at all because I'm sorry, hold on one second. You can't. Well, that's my sugar meter, but I already took my stuff. Anyway, you cannot evaluate this team properly unless you put a quality NFL quarterback in there, because you don't know what you got in these young receivers. You don't. You don't know, because they can't get him the ball, and either he gets him the ball too late, or he throws it behind him or in front of him.
Even in retrospect, would you have kept Rodgers?
I would have drafted a quarterback and kept Rodgers. I would not have signed Fields, because we're still paying Rodgers. He's getting paid as we speak, and he's not on the field. He's getting fucking paid.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying for him. We're paying for him to play in Pittsburgh.
So is Bobby Bonilla.
I wasn't
5 years after.
But Bobby Bonilla on the Mets. That's fucking. Yeah, they'll be paying that contract until 2030. But
at least we will only be paying Fields for this year, next year, and Aaron Rodgers this year, next year, and then it's over. So
I don't think
there was
the
whole thing is
if you weren't going to draft early, and I think everyone agrees, Membu is a great pick.
Oh yeah, he looks spectacular. Looks like
this was a great pick.
Really,
but guess who else was a great pick? Tom Brady. Guess who else was a great pick? The kid on Kansas City. I'm very. PG will tell you I'm very bad with remembering names.
I don't know if there was anybody. I mean, we don't see any shining star among guys who were drafted out of the first.
Let me make a point of something.
Yeah.
The quarterback on Buffalo,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was a pubic hair away from being benched. And finally, they got a decent enough coach in there that coached him up, because he was really close to being benched. Very, very close. I mean, for 3.5 years, he was god-awful. And somehow, somebody got through to him and turned him around, and he was MVP last year. Because somebody figured out a way to coach him. We do not have that guy on our coaching staff. We don't have him. Greg Knapp may have been the closest guy, but unfortunately, Greg Knapp was killed in a car accident while he was riding his bicycle. This shit only happens to the Jets.
That's true. I just wait a second.
I can't believe Paul's speechless.
I've heard a lot of sayings in my life. A lot. I'm around my dad. He cracks these all the time. One of them that he's never cracked before, a pubic hair away from getting benched. I'm going to try to move on from that as quickly as I can. Easy. What in the name of everything that's holy? All right, we'll keep going down the line.
Easy, you're getting onto my Mount Rushmore. You're really
hey, see, surging up. Bill Aimley, you're next.
Oh my God.
Bill, let's relive the days of Mike Tolliver and Pete List.
Oh my God.
And,
poor BG. You should have seen him last night. Towards the end of his show, he had his hat turned, and he had this look on his face where even though we were all talking to him and he was doing his best to listen, he was like, I need to go to bed.
I was in another universe.
I
feel refreshed now, as refreshed as you can be after getting beat.
Bill, you and I and Dave Brigham are the only guys that probably have seen all the greats in Jets lore.
Yes.
Did you expect anything different last night?
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. The effort, I think the team played as well as they could.
Agree.
The Patriots simply executed better than we could, but definitely Fields is a huge problem. Had it been any other quarterback, we would have actually been in the game and would have pulled it out. I think we would have found a way to win, because this has been the way we've been playing the last couple of games. Find a way to win. Find a way to win.
So here's the stat, by the way. This is a stat. Here it is, Bill. So you just mentioned the quarterback play, right? So I just came across this nugget, and I want to share it with everybody because I'm a big show and tell guy. This is from Football Perspective. They highlight all kinds of stats. The Jets finish through 10 games on the season, 1,399 passing yards, just under 1,400. Since 2012, that's a 13-year sample size. The only teams to not throw for at least 1,400 yards through 10 games are the 2022 Chicago Bears and the 2025 Jets. Would anyone like to contribute what they believe is the commonality between
I was going to say you should have a contest here. Who can figure out what these two teams share? What could possibly be commonplace for the two of them?
Oh, I know. Justin Fields is the quarterback. Again, these are the kinds of statistics where people are like, I don't know. Fields had a couple of drops. He had a little bit of this. He had a little bit of that. Look at this. The stats are the stats. And yes, could he have had a few? I'm not going to describe how many, I'm not going to use another comparison that was just used, how far away he was from a few more passing yards. But, there were opportunities, but it doesn't matter. Justin Fields is Justin Fields. A tiger cannot change its stripes. We're at where we're at here.
Bill, are you on or off the Aaron Glenn train?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Are you on or off the Aaron Glenn train?
Oh, Glenn, I'm still for him. I mean,
yes.
He thought he could fix Fields, and it's become obvious that that's not happening.
Yep.
This is not on Aaron Glenn. This Fields has not been fixed by the Steelers. Was it fixed by the Bears? We were hoping.
But Aaron Glenn is the one who apparently made the decision to bring Fields in,
right?
To outbid the Steelers probably by $15 million a year, because the Steelers wanted to keep him, but they weren't going to pay him $30 million,
right?
And the Jets were going to pay him $30 million.
They were getting Aaron Rodgers, so why were they going to pay Fields?
Well, but no. This is before they had the deal with Rodgers, because remember the deal with Rodgers didn't even happen until like training camp.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields signed with the Jets, well into the offseason, but well before training camp.
I still think they were going to try and keep him as a backup, not as a starter.
Well, he didn't want to stay as a backup, and that's why.
Right, exactly. He wasn't. So that's why he turned down the money. He said, I ain't going to be a backup.
Mm-hmm.
But I predict if we cut him, he's going to Baltimore. He'd be, I think, almost a perfect backup.
Fine with me. He can go wherever the hell he wants. I don't care. Don't care.
Oh, come on,
Baltimore draft picks for him.
Show a little love. Show a little love for your players.
No. If he could throw a football forward, I would show him love. I am a very, you do this, I do this. You pat me on the head, I do this. That's it. I am a diehard, loyal, go to the grave guy if you show me a reason to be. And he showed me absolutely no reason to be. Outside of being a stand-up guy, and apparently he's someone that you'd want all your daughters in the world to date. Great to know, but I'm looking for a football player. This isn't a charity case, man. Throw a football.
Let's zero in. You say you want a guy who can throw the ball. Okay, there's no doubt he has the arm to throw the ball. The criticism that each of us probably have is, why isn't he being allowed to throw the football more often than he is? And I would maintain it's because his history shows the more chances you give him, the worse it gets. And the Jets haven't really given him a chance. He's only had one interception.
And I also still think he does have some type of mental block where he won't throw. For example, the touchdown pass he had was because he noticed the defender fell down and threw the pass to the guy. You know, if
there were three guys sitting here right now, there are 3 guys sitting here right now that could have thrown the ball to him in that position.
Right, sure. Exactly. And
I would have been on target. I can't speak for the rest of you.
Okay, there you go.
And Bob, warming up. By the way, I offered BG the following last night. If the Jets lose next week, I'll be the one to shave instead of him, just to protect his kid.
Did you hear about that bet, Bob?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, here it is. So Alon called into the show.
My favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll call into the show today. He said, hey, let's make a bet, Paul. The next 2 games for the Jets are in New England and in Baltimore. If the Jets lose both of those games, you shave your entire beard off. And I'm like, geez, Lou, absolutely not. I'm not shaving this thing completely off. And number 2, like the Jets, the New England and Ravens, the Jets are going to be massive underdogs in both games, like on the road. Like, no way.
Yeah.
And basically, we negotiate terribly, as I've been told by several people. And that I say, if they do lose both games, I won't shave it completely off. I'll run like a 1.5, a 2 through it, which unfortunately is going to take all of this, most of it off. I'm going to have some hair clinging to my face, but I'm going to lose all the beautiful girth.
You won't look as Amish as you look now.
Well, thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm going to lose a lot of the girth here in this general region if they lose. However, well, now it's over, I guess, because they can't win both. So, but if they would have won both, Alon would have donated 100 memberships to the channel, which would have been $300. But
wow.
That's over now, of course, because the Jets already lost, so that part of it is done, unfortunately. But so that's a bet. So anywho, now my last.
You and Bill have a bet here. We're going to have a shave off.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary.
No,
he was babysitting. You know, in kickball, like if you go up to the plate and you kick the ball, but you don't want to go to first, so someone else will go for you. Bill has volunteered. He said, hey, if the Jets lose to the Ravens, you shave your beard, Paul. I'll dive in front of the bullet and I will shave. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sure. Why wouldn't Alon accept that? What a very nice job.
Some of his listeners were already saying, no, BG is doing it.
That's what a lot of people said. But you know what? Alon is a very respectable man. Why wouldn't he accept that? That's a very perfectly reasonable.
He's an honorable man. He's an honorable.
Yeah.
Man.
Bill,
did you ever finish my book?
I think Alan would say, no way, Jose.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure Alon will call into the show and we'll see. By the way,
Bill, did you ever finish my book?
Oh yeah, did you finish the book, Bill?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a tough read, huh?
Well, middle of the season, you know.
A lot of distractions at home.
You weren't interested in the 3rd string defensive tackle and
Super Bowl 3.
No.
It's a very warm-hearted story.
There you go. We'll have to go that in. Here's another warm-hearted story. Easy. Appreciate the super chat coming in here on the program. Thank you.
Wow.
Justin Fields or Marcus Mariota? Who do you want? Give me Mariota. I will take anybody now over Justin Fields. Give me Mariota.
Listen, you don't like Flacco, but who took the Browns to a playoff game a couple of years ago? Flacco.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they got their
fans were giving him about being on the couch.
There's going to be a special wheelchair.
All right, what do you got to say now, guys? What do you got to say now?
There will be a special wheelchair division of the NFL next year.
Well, they got blown out in that playoff game that he brought them to, but at least they made it, I suppose.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I guess that's something.
He still shows that he has it, the defense then has to do their job too, which is don't let the other team score.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it was tough to see Fields play. It was very bad. I thought the team effort though was solid. Unfortunately, too many blown assignments in the secondary, more so than problem with the defensive line. I mean, we limited the run for the most part, but every time we tried to put pressure on May, he found the receiver open.
There he is.
Hey,
Oh, okay, Bill, go ahead, lay it on him. Milan's gonna love this.
Oh no,
Bill, you can say your piece, Bill.
No. I'm saying I know that if you heard me last night making the offer.
No, I don't accept your offer, Bill.
There you go.
I'm not a nice
there
person,
you go.
Bill.
So he's got so wait, it's okay.
Surprised.
It's okay, but Alon counters, right? That you always don't take the initial offer, right? There's a counter. So go ahead, Alon.
No, there's no counter.
No.
Oh, I see. Man, no, this is the worst pawn shop I've ever been to. Yeah,
I did laugh at attorney EZ trying to change the bet. That was the best. I guess he was a pubic hair away. That was it.
There you go.
One of the most disturbing things I've ever heard in my life. So I appreciate EZ for checking that off the bucket list.
And on a family program yet.
Well, here we are, baby. 500 people in the room, by the way. God bless to the men, women, children, everything in between watching the show right now. We appreciate you.
Yeah. I like I said, the effort was there. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't.
Yeah.
And all those blown assignments in the secondary definitely killed us. And it's surprising that we only gave up 27 points with that.
Yeah. So, it could have been much worse. So there's something to be said for that.
Some big stops at the end in the secondary. Again, that touchdown pass that we knocked out. Right, that was beautiful. I mean, the timing on that was great. You know, would have been nice if they did that a lot more often in the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did not happen often enough there, Bill. But Bill, I appreciate you attempting to dive in front of a bullet for the president. That's kind of effort we love to see here.
Alon right now is so happy. He's saying, "I'm just one game closer."
I mean, it literally says it. One down, one. I mean, look at this. Let's bring this. Yeah, there it is. One down, one to go.
One down. That's right.
Look at that. Make America beardless again. I didn't even see that till just now. What a touch. What a touch. That's beautiful. Well, Bill, thank you so much, buddy. And let's give Alon his full spotlight here on the program. Alon.
Good morning, gentlemen. And
let's start where we need to start. The pleasure is all ours. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yes.
3 comments, and I'll just leave it at 3. First of all, Bob, I want to give you your flowers because all summer you had to listen to dopes like Devin berate you about your take on Justin Fields.
I didn't show enough enthusiasm, enough positive spirit.
Yes.
For Justin Fields.
I listened to Devin try to go at you. To no avail, because Bob, you were right all along. Justin Fields is a running back masquerading as a quarterback.
Do you have any applause? You have an applause meter, Paul?
I do. All right, let me see what I have here. Let me. I wasn't prepared, but here we go. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Point number 2. Okay.
Yes.
I keep hearing this from Jet fans. I heard it last night and I read it this morning. Okay.
Sure.
The Patriots are 9-2. Okay.
Yep.
And all I keep hearing, the Patriots have played nobody and Drake May is overrated. Okay. You are 9-2 in the league. Okay. You won in Buffalo and you won in Tampa. Stop saying. Yeah, there are people in this chat.
I don't know who's saying that. If someone's saying that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, hey, you got to come on.
Taylor Sterling said it again. Okay, he doubled down on stupid.
That's silly.
Double down on stupid. Okay,
that's silly.
Drake May is going to be, if he's not already, he is a top 10 quarterback in the league. Okay,
does he get MVP this year?
No, I don't know if he will. I would give it right now. I think I would give it to Stafford.
Me too.
Yeah, I would. And then my final point. Okay, I'm a big draft guy, as you know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, of course. Yep.
I look at the 2026 draft as a 3-player draft. Okay.
Damn.
I look at Fernando Mendoza.
Okay.
I look at Ty Simpson.
All right.
And I look at Arvell Reese. Okay. Those are
no
the
Ruben
three
Bain.
guys
Okay. Oh.
I put up top. Okay.
Okay. All right.
The Jets are 2-8. Okay.
Yes.
They have 7 more games to go. The goal, okay, the ultimate goal as a Jet fan is for this team to finish in that top 3, that they do not have to trade future capital to get any of those guys. Okay.
And you said your line in the sand is you want them to have a top 3 pick?
Top 3.
Okay.
I will take any of those 3 guys. Any of them.
Will you?
Okay.
Okay.
Arvell Reese could be a generational defensive player. I don't know about Ty Simpson, only 9 starts, but I'm willing to give him a chance.
Yeah, but he's not even a senior. He's a grad student, right?
No, that's why he only has the amount of games.
I thought he was listening to that draft expert you had down a couple of weeks ago, Paul, I thought, oh, he's a freshman? No, he's a grad student.
Yeah,
he's a grad student.
I don't even, he's not even eligible. He's not even eligible.
No, I think he might have 1 year left.
Could he? Okay.
He could play 1 more year.
Yeah, Fernando has no time left, so he has no
Fernando
choice. He's 100% going to be in. But no, the others have opportunities to choose.
The goal is to finish in the top 3, to take one of those players. And again, and I've discussed this with Paul, I am not touching any 2027 first-round picks.
Capital to move, right?
No chance. I am trading any of those guys. Again, this team right now is light years behind the Patriots. There are holes all over the field, namely at the quarterback position, okay? So you need to have as much capital as you can. Do not trade capital for a Mendoza or a Simpson.
Yeah, I don't want to take Indianapolis's pick and have to use it.
I don't want to trade any capital.
Yeah.
Nobody. None.
Yeah.
I would rather take Reese if he falls to us and try going after a quarterback in 2027, maybe draft somebody in the mid rounds, bring in a bridge, not a Justin Fields bridge, bring in a real bridge, okay? As I said to Paul, I am cutting Justin Fields post 6-1. You save $10 million. You could take that $10 million and you could find a Brissett. Maybe you could trade for a Davis Mills. I don't care who the quarterback is next year to start the season. I really don't. Okay. I know it cannot be Justin Fields. It just can't. He's not an NFL quarterback.
But if you don't draft a quarterback this year, one of the top 2, Simpson or Mendoza, then it changes your whole perspective as to what kind of a quarterback you want to bring in, because you still have to have somebody who can play.
I think they will draft somebody in the mid rounds if they do not take somebody.
They should. Why not? Why not take
but somebody in the mid rounds is not going to be ready to step in and play.
Maybe.
I want somebody. Okay, Dak Prescott was drafted in the 4th round. Maybe
and he played as a rookie.
Lightning in a bottle. Okay,
you never know.
And another thing, finally, I keep hearing people say, "Oh, draft somebody in the 1st round this year, and if he doesn't work out, draft somebody again next year in the 1st round." Do not do that. Okay, I don't want to compare my franchise to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah,
they are perennial losers for a reason. Yep. No other team has ever done that. And I don't think any other team will ever do that again. You do not draft quarterbacks back-to-back years in the 1st round. You just don't do it. I know you don't.
Even if the first guy's terrible.
Do you know what happens? Then the regime is gone. Yeah. The regime has to know who he's taking.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why they won't do it.
Again, one of Mendoza or Simpson can come here and learn from a vet and go from there.
Well, let me say this real quick. If people are excited for all the draft content, my good buddy, one of the best in the business, Trevor Sikkema, will join us in an hour.
Trevor is a great guy.
Yeah, he joins us. If you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member, you've already seen this interview. This interview's been up since yesterday morning, but it will go to the general public in an hour and 5 minutes, depending on when you're listening to this. We dive into what he would do at quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, 2027, why I thought the Jets were smart, fighting for that and explaining for the casual fan. I don't think a lot of fans understand, really getting into the weeds about why that is and the advanced scouting and everything. So he did a wonderful job. So that interview's going to post in an hour plus, of course, fresh off this loss. So plenty of great draft stuff in there for you people out in the audience. So feel free to check it out in the video section.
And please do not trade 2 number 1 draft picks for Trevor Lawrence. Please do not. Okay. He will never live that down. Matt Lombardo. He will never. It might have been one of the dumber takes I've ever heard in my life. Okay?
Wow.
But gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. And Bob, take a bow. And if Devin ever gets back on the phone, I want you to eviscerate that guy. Okay. I want you to take him to the woodshed and call him a moron. You have the right to call him a moron today. Okay?
I won't call him a moron, but I will remind him for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
That
make it 4, 5, and 6 times. Okay.
He's
Thank
already
you very much,
done. No mas. He's already given me that.
Gentlemen, the pleasure is all yours. And again, 2-8 to 2-15, and Paul Green in 10 days. You will not look like a Hasidic guy anymore. You like that, Bob? You like that? You like that?
Or Amish.
That's correct. Have a good one, gentlemen.
There he is, Alon.
Oh, I can't wait to see the new Paul. Wow.
Oh God. Oh, boy. We can still do this. We can still do this. I'm not just convincing you. I'm not convincing myself. Okay, it can happen. The Jets can totally go into Baltimore and win.
How long, since I only know you for less than a year, how long has this been the look?
Since I was born. Yeah, I've had a beard since birth. So seriously, I don't know. I've had this beard for. I did the last time I cut it. I've only cut it maybe like a full cut down. Probably twice in the last 14 years or something.
Okay.
One was a knee surgery a couple of years ago. I did that, and then that may be it in a long time. So I've not done it in a long time. So hopefully that streak continues. That's a goal. Let's see if it does. Let's go back to the phone lines. We've got 500 people in the room. Again, like the video. That is a free way to contribute. Also, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow the channel, try to get to 10,000 subscribers. So help us get there. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. And again, this is important to bring up. We're doing this giveaway, baby, on December 1st, an autographed Marty Lyons jersey. That is his college football jersey. At the bottom of the jersey is beautifully stitched, all of his wonderful accomplishments, and a very special person. So this jersey's up for grabs. Raffle tickets are $3 a piece. You can hit the money sign on YouTube, super chats, super stickers, gift channel memberships. A lot of ways to get involved. There's no limit to how many raffle tickets you can have. This was the only prize for this month, but a new item has been added to that pile. And it is this beautiful, and I'll go full screen here so you guys can see it. This beautiful hat. Look, that is also autographed by Marty Lyons. There you go. This beautiful NFL hat is being added to the pile with the tag still on it. So you'll get the jersey and the beautiful hat, both autographed by Marty Lyons. And that was donated by this wonderful man, Carl, who also gave me a few trinkets inside as well. A very nice surprise. I enjoyed that, opening that yesterday. Carl, you're the man. What's up, brother?
How you doing, guys?
Good morning.
Morning, Bob. Morning, Boy Green.
Yes, sir.
I did want to tell you that you did not say that hat did have a certificate of authenticity. It was a personal note that I put in there about the history of that hat and where I got it.
Oh, that's true. So I guess that I can include to the person.
You can, because that hat, unlike the jersey, was given to me personally by Marty Lyons' mother-in-law.
Okay, so I will include that in there. I will pass along. So that is true. I apologize.
Yeah, that is, that was personally given to me by Marty Lyons' mother-in-law. Also, has anybody ever had a drink with Marty Lyons besides me?
I can't say that I have. No.
Okay. When I lived in Florida,
all right.
The first time I met Marty Lyons, I was at the Jensen Beach Ale House watching football.
Nice.
And his mother-in-law was at the bar working there. And she said, hey, I was with a friend of mine, you Jet fans, you know Marty Lyons? I said, are you kidding me? Of course we know Marty Lyons.
Yeah, right.
He's sitting right over there. And we said, look around, and he's sitting there with his wife and a baby.
Was he
So-
disguised, like wearing a hood or
No,
something,
he
trying
was
to hide?
he was just sitting there
Wow. Okay.
like, anybody else. So my friend and I went over to him
Sure.
and said, hey, we had our jet gear on. So we said, hey, Marty, we just wanted to come over and say hello, maybe buy you a drink.
Yeah.
And he said, sure, I'll have a shot of wild turkey. So we all stood around there at the table, and we all had a shot of wild turkey with Marty Lyons.
Yeah.
And and my friend was so tongue-tied meeting him.
Yeah.
He couldn't speak. He was standing there like, I was asking him questions.
Yeah.
You don't want to intrude too much. He was there with his family.
Yeah, right.
And my friend was just, I couldn't believe this guy. I mean, he was just standing there like he didn't know what to say. But anyway, that was the one time I did meet Marty Lyons.
I
and
love that.
how the whole thing came about. Anyway, going back to, I'm not going to believe I'm going to say this, but I cannot disagree with anything Alan said.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was spot on with the Jets. I mean, I came to the conclusion last night that this is what it is right now.
Okay.
And I'm not upset about it, because I think that if we thought there was going to be anything more this year, we were being a little delusional. Really, Aaron Glenn, I think you still got to give this guy a chance. Sure. I think he's changing the culture. I don't think they had a choice besides re-signing Aaron Rodgers, which I did not want.
Right.
I think Justin Fields was the only guy that we really could get that was maybe had some chance of being good. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else he could have done. I don't care. I'll be honest with you. I mean, last night was kind of like the limit for me. I don't care if they don't win another game all year. It really doesn't matter. If they finish with 5 wins, 6 wins, it just doesn't matter. Next year, I think is going to be completely different. Give it the off season. And another thing too, and Alan's correct on this too. You got to give credit to Drake May. This kid was hitting everything last night. And even when he had pressure on him, I seen one pass where he jumped over guys.
Yeah, pop pass.
And he pumped it right over the middle. I mean, this guy he's a quarterback. I mean,
because he can see the whole field.
He can see the field. He's confident. He's mobile. He keeps his eyes downfield. So even when he's on the move, so many times we thought the Jets had a sack and he escaped, kept his eyes downfield, and found someone. You're like, how frustrating.
Isn't it remarkable that the Jets don't have a play for Fields to come out of the pocket and roll left or roll right and throw the ball?
Look, I said it. I'm sorry. I said it before. I think Fields has a big confidence problem.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't have any talent. I don't think he's not athletic. I think he just panics. And hey, look, some people have it and some people don't. I've seen guys get drafted that were, all the physical talent in the world, but they just didn't have it to be in the NFL.
Yeah. Did you hear how many times last night Kirk Herbstreit said, it's not a matter of talent with this guy. He can do everything athletically. He just hasn't put it together.
I did, and he's never going to put it together. I don't think he's going to put it together. But the other thing is too, I just don't think that we have many choices right now. I do not want to see Tyrod Taylor. I think we know what we have in Tyrod Taylor. Maybe down the line, I'd like to see little Brady Cook, a couple of games, just to see what we have.
Sure.
The possibility the kid could be back up. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
But I think we just have to, ride out the rest of the year. And again, we'll probably win the offseason with all our draft picks and everything.
Let's go, baby.
Carl, you mentioned that they didn't have any choice, that the only guy out there to pick up was Fields. Well,
I thought so, yeah.
It would be interesting to get inside Aaron's head and find out, did he really believe in this guy? Or did he look at it as you just described and said, there's nobody else out there. We got to have a quarterback.
So here is what Connor Hughes reported at the time, which again, I think led people even more to Justin Fields, is that the Jets are considering 3 quarterbacks. We don't know if this is true.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterbacks were Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, and Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, Jesus. Well, Justin Fields, welcome to the team, buddy. When those were the options. And apparently that's what was reported.
I think we should have signed the first, the 2 other guys and let them duel it out in training.
Perhaps, apparently.
Well, I think in hindsight that we probably would have been better off at Mariota.
Apparently.
Carson Wentz, no, he's done. I mean, he's so injury prone, it's ridiculous. But I think we just ride out the rest of the season. I think, again, we probably win the offseason. We're going to be making headlines all over the place,
Excellent. Free agency money. We're going to make free agency signings.
Oh yeah, we'll be coming in. We'll be Super Bowl favorites.
Carl, could you be on the Trevor Lawrence train?
No, I don't. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I'd rather, even if we didn't use, let's suppose the 3 quarterbacks, we either, I think Mendoza, he'd be my first choice. Mm-hmm. But if we couldn't get him, I think I probably would think about trading down, maybe take a shot at somebody in the middle of the first round or lower in the first round.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think it's all a crapshoot. I don't think there's anybody in the draft right now that I would say, hey, this is the guy. We gotta get this guy.
Yeah, the only one who sort of intrigues me, to your point, is Fernando. At this point, again, there's still a lot. What I want to see is college football playoff. How does Fernando perform in those? Ty Simpson.
I want to see him against Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be big boy games coming up on the schedule that I want to judge before I completely say one thing or the other about this class. So we'll see. They're going to get ops.
Yeah, but and other than that, do you think we bring Tyrod Taylor back next year?
No.
His contract's done, right?
Correct. Yeah, he's a free agent after the year. I would just reset the quarterback room completely. Justin Fields.
Me too. I think Justin Fields
Tyrod,
should be.
See ya. I think completely.
Justin Fields can be a post June 1st cut.
100%.
Like Alan said, save another $10 million there.
Yeah.
And I don't think that. I think we could just take anybody at that point for a bridge quarterback.
100%. I'm not
crapshoot,
Yeah, I just want someone who has a relatively healthy track record and is just competent. I don't need, if they are Patrick Mahomes, phenomenal, but I just want someone that can operate an NFL offense.
Exactly.
And they're historically speaking, have been very healthy. That's what I want in the next bridge quarterback.
But I would like a guy who can come in and help coach up and tutor. A rookie quarterback. And have it understood that might be your primary responsibility, Joe Flacco.
I don't know about that. I think Vinny Testaverde wants to come out of retirement.
Hey, warm up your arm, buddy.
Yeah. Last night, you got to admit, even though Drake May looked good, our secondary, man, there were guys that were so wide open, I could have hit them.
Yeah.
It was incredible. They were just standing there like, throw me the ball. Yeah. And I think, so I don't think we can even judge our coaches. I don't think we can even judge Angstrom. I don't think we can judge our quarterback coach because Justin Fields is just not coachable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, that's just what I think. But anyway, guys, listen, have a good weekend. Jets probably are not going to lose Sunday, so that'll be
That's
good.
for sure. We can watch
Right?
football
Man with the
uninitiated.
Jets tattoo, thank you. Have a great
And
week.
thank you so much, by the way, for the addition to the raffle. That's beautiful. Thank you, Carl.
Oh, yeah. And please, when you give that away, include the note of authenticity, please.
Will do. Yes, sir. Absolutely. There he is. Carl, baby.
Signed by the owner of the Ale House in Florida.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. So a beautiful addition to our raffle prize. So again, jersey and autographed hat, both with different certificates of authenticity. Let's go back to the phone lines here on the program. Lots of people trying to call into the show. Up next is Troy Sturgis. Troy?
Hey, guys. How are we feeling today?
Hi, Troy.
Not good. Have you ever been kicked in the loins and then you're on the ground saying, am I about to die? Yeah, that's sort of how I feel this morning. Yeah.
Hey, I was Justin Fields on his train that's at the first. But you know what? I mean, this game last night, I was feeling decent with it. I mean, the stats he put up last night, compared against the Browns stats.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. That's great for Justin Fields. So he could put up these terrible stats all season long, and then he puts up just slightly above mediocre stats. We're like, oh, not bad.
Yeah, but again, if Mitchell makes those 2 catches that he dropped.
Right. I mean,
I'm not saying
that one in the end zone, right? Or
I'm not saying
but it's still under 200 yards passing, though.
Yeah. So he's
I'm not saying
his completion was 15 for 26. So that
I'm just saying sign him to a new contract, but I'm saying give the guy credit. He put the ball right in the basket where it's supposed to go.
No, it cost me my bet there at the end of the deal where they got the field goal and it got me out of my. So
sorry, man.
That's whenever I told the wife to turn it off. But I don't know if she knew it was just because he fumbled or because I lost some money on the game, which she didn't know that part. Yeah. But anyway, is it too early to hate on Hollins?
No.
Golly, I already hate that guy.
Yeah.
And Drake May, just looking at him, is he a young Tom Brady? Jeez, he's
got a punchable face. I'll tell you that. Yeah, just the look of his face makes me want to punch him. Yes.
Yes. And did last night give Justin Fields another start for next week?
I hope not, but it might happen. I don't know.
I mean, 116 yards.
And the way AG was talking about him, more importantly, in the postgame, because I listened to that last night and this morning, and AG said, hey, can you assess Justin Fields' performance? He's like, he did a lot of good things, but we need to help him out better. Again, to what Bob was just saying, Adonai Mitchell drops and things of that nature. That doesn't sound like a guy who's ready to make a quarterback change. Now, as AG has shown us, he can do whatever he wants in terms of quarterback change, but that's I think we're getting more Justin Fields against Baltimore.
Next week is going to be really ugly.
Which apparently is a touring of the house, because Bob says Justin Fields is going to Baltimore, so it's great that he's going to get to look at the city while he's there and look at housing options. So
go see the Babe Ruth Museum while you're there. I don't think
beautiful
it's open anymore.
Garrett Wilson makes those catches. We all know that.
Oh, 100%. I'm sure that's what Justin
both the drops
was saying, because he was asked again in the post-game press conference, like, hey, man, how much do you miss Garrett? He's like, yeah, obviously I missed Garrett, but I can't cry about it. I can't just magically will his injured body onto the field. I have to deal with what we have to deal with, and we're going to try to power through it, basically. But yes, of course, Garrett makes those catches. Yes.
Yeah.
I almost think that they should have kept going to Mitchell last night, even after the drops.
Yeah, what did he have? 4 targets, I believe. Let me see.
To try to build some confidence.
6 targets. He got targeted 6 times. So
I did like his separation. I mean,
oh my God,
great separation.
100%. That makes you, if you're a Jets fan, you should be encouraged. Wow. Again, you got to catch a ball. That's an important piece of the puzzle, but separation, not a lot of people can separate like that in the NFL. So again, I hope they, throughout the rest of the season, there's 7 games left or whatever Lon said, and pepper him with targets. Let's keep seeing what this kid has. Eventually, I'm sure he's going to catch a couple of these. So
jugs machine, and then send him home with the jugs machine. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Positive note.
Ooh, okay.
What about the Hunter and Nick Folk making Pro Bowl?
Hey, that'd be great. I mean, both have looked spectacular. I love both in the Pro Bowl. We've had a few Pro Bowl special teamers. Jason Myers has gone to the Pro Bowl. Andre Roberts, a return man a couple of years ago. Maybe the Jets get one of the return men if they keep making plays. So that'd be nice. But yes, we may get some Pro Bowl representation.
Did you see that Jason Myers became the all-time
I did for the Seahawks?
Seahawks.
And he's only been there a handful of years.
God, how many years ago?
Yeah.
How many years ago was he on the Jets?
2018, maybe, give or
Oh,
take.
Okay.
7 years ago, maybe. But still, in 7 years, so he immediately goes to a new place and immediately becomes their all-time field goal guy. I was like, wow, okay, that's quick.
On the Muji standpoint,
yeah.
After 2 years, say, hopefully that doesn't happen, but does Muji have the power as a GM to fire a coach and hire a new coach?
I don't think so. AG was hired first. I think AG is the one that has the power in this relationship. If I am to determine, I come into a room, which one's wearing the pants, I think it's AG. But so I don't believe so. But here's the thing: who said this earlier? I'm gonna forget the caller, but if it might have been Alon, if the Jets draft a quarterback in the first round, 2026, whoever it is, and they suck completely. Does that when heading into 2027, because there's going to be even more ammunition in 2027, 3 first-round picks. If AG, who's a former scout, because he's going to clearly be a part of this process that they take a quarterback in 2026, if that quarterback is not good, then why would the Jets trust AG again with 3 first-round picks to do it? I think if any head coach change happens, that's a potential between 26 and 27. If AG shows deficiencies in that area, Muji and the rest could say, okay, let's get a guy, because this is a pivotal offseason for the future of the Jets over the next decade.
And this is something else. This is to Elon.
Yeah.
Say the first pick is Mendoza.
Yeah.
Why can't we do something like the Redskins did with RG3 and Kirk Cousins? He said no teams do that. Well, they did it, and they actually turned out decent. I mean,
that worked out great.
We could do a Mendoza, and then say 4th or 5th round do a Lar or somebody.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. And again, a lot of people criticize
that would reset our QB room.
That's true. And Washington at the time got criticized heavily for that decision, but it worked out great because RG3 gets hurt. They have a guy to go to. Kirk Cousins is a wonderful player for a long time. So, that ended up working well.
The trucks come up.
I got to go.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Troy. Thank you so much. Appreciate Troy joining us here on the program. A lot happening. All right, we got to.
I did want to comment about AG and his his scolding of the Jets press corps and Samini in particular this week.
Okay, yeah.
And clearly he wants to be the boss.
Yeah.
Yesterday, today, tomorrow, and no questions asked. And to me, I have no issue with that.
Okay.
Let him ride on it. He's got to take the full brunt, good and bad, of everything that happens. And when we made all the trades 2 weeks ago, and people said, this is a way for him to make sure that he's going to have an extended time as the Jets coach. Well, there's a short end of the stick too, and you just explained it, Paul. Because if they get a quarterback and they still bomb next year, especially at the quarterback position, that might be the end of AG, because it will be his guys, and it's going to be all his guys in the next draft.
Right. 100%. There will be no question about that. By the way, you're getting some flowers, Bob. I'm sure you appreciate those. Frankie here sending in a beautiful super chat. Thank you.
Wow.
Bob and Nick were right, of course. Frankie, thank you for the $10 super chat. Is referencing Nick Faria, who joined us on the show. He gave us some blunt criticisms of Justin Fields during the offseason, and fans threw heavy objects at Nick Faria, saying, be more optimistic, be more positive. Like you're overanalyzing, right? Because we talked about Justin Fields holding onto the ball too long during the summer and spring. But people went, he's learning a new offense. There's receivers. Like, come on. And it appears that both you and Nick were correct about Justin Fields.
What quarterback who has the maneuverability of Fields, which is outstanding, apparently cannot really throw on the run, floating left or floating right.
By the way, here, this is for you, Bob.
Oh, it's okay. I'm glad you appreciate it.
Sure. There you go. So, by the way, Frankie, you picked up a few more raffle tickets for our contest, which I appreciate. Up to 16 raffle tickets now as well. So, thank you. Let's get to the rest.
Frank.
The rest of these shout outs here before we get back to the phone lines. We've got our guy, Big Islander fan, who's been a member of the Boy Coffee Club for 10 months. Thank you, Big Islander fan.
Wow.
Team is impossible to watch. I'm done after 57 years. Big Islander fan. I don't know.
Come on. Why are you quitting on your team so quickly? Come on.
To me, I don't know if this is the way you should live your life.
Fair weather fan, if you ask me.
That's would be one way to describe it. I am a pot committed guy. So if I am committed to something, and even if it's going wrong, I'm like, damn it, I'm already in. I'm seeing this thing through, and there's all kinds of things in my life.
Let's frame that video clip, because someday when you're committed, we will know that you had predicted it.
That's true, and maybe once I start getting commitment in my actual life, that'll be coming up. Another super chat coming through here before we get back to the phone lines.
Wow.
Thank you to Luby, Super Jets fan, who, by the way, was at the Patriots game last night. Him and Boba Jet called into the show live from the stand, so I appreciate that, Luby. Great. He says, Bob, in history, is there then a contract sign that a player has to start when Justin came to New York? He wanted to be locked in. Could this be why? There were a lot of rumors that Justin Fields would only sign in a place that they guaranteed him the starting job. Now, those are rumors. We're not able to confirm that, but Bob, do you have a response to this?
I can't say, for sure, but I mean, they recruited the Super Bowl quarterback from Pittsburgh the year after the Super Bowl. And this was the year before.
Neil O'Donnell, right?
Yeah. And I'm sure that they didn't even have to guarantee
assurances.
He was going to be it, no matter what. Vinny, I mean, did Vinny Testaverde have that kind of a deal with Parcells there? I would doubt it. Most of these.
The things that make sense about these negotiations is that apparently the two teams that were bidding for Justin Fields services are Pittsburgh and the Jets. Pittsburgh, it sounds like we're not willing to guarantee no matter what happens this offseason, because again, free agency comes before the draft, that, dude, you're the guy. Don't worry about it. You're clearly QB1. They did not give him those assurances, and the money apparently wasn't the same. So for both those reasons, I'm sure that's what Justin Fields was looking for. And it turns out to be true because Captain doesn't want to reveal anything. Aaron Glenn, he and Darren Muji crowned Justin Fields pretty immediately after signing him as a QB1. He's the guy, unquestioned, no competition necessary. So that happened early in the offseason.
Yeah. Look, they made their bed, and they have to sleep in it. And, they're working strenuously behind the scenes now to be looking forward, because they probably realized 4 or 5 weeks ago that this was not the answer.
Yeah. And
so, it's unfortunate, but, it is what it is.
That's true. By the way, Lou B, it is what it is. You have 4 raffle tickets to our contest, so feel free to continue to enjoy those. And guys, you can continue to send in your super chats and super stickers. Again, we have a Marty Lyons autographed jersey and a Marty Lyons autographed hat, which are given away on December 1st. So you continue to submit those raffle tickets throughout the month of November, and you have an opportunity to win those.
By the way, Bill Aimley online is writing, Bob, will get you roses. I'm allergic to them, so no thanks.
Okay. All right. Let's avoid roses. All right, let's not avoid this guy. It's Uncle Indy.
Indy.
Hey, good morning, Bob and BG. How are you?
About as well as we can be after last night.
Yeah.
You notice the Vogue editing manager. After next week, and BG becomes this. What'd you call it, Bob? A sex symbol. Yeah. That's it.
Symbol. And we want to see you not only forward, we want to see your profile too.
Okay. I'll give
yeah. So, he could make front page.
Slowly, BG, slowly.
Yeah. There you go. See, I don't know. I don't know what more we can ask, Bob.
I promise I'm going to shave my beard after the show today.
Okay, nice. We'll both be shaved men, it sounds like.
I'm going to get a bingo card because, today's show was, the word girth, Easy's pubic hair thing, comment, and BG's sex symbol.
Wow. A hell of a show.
Didn't have that on my bingo card today.
No, most people did I say anything today that you vehemently disagreed with?
Yeah. Well,
here it comes.
I talked with BG. We called in last night, and I have a similar take, but for a different reason.
Okay.
I don't think Justin Fields should see the field again.
Why?
He's a broken man, and I went into this last night. You could see that on his face. You can see it in his body language. There's something wrong with the guy right now, and I don't think I think he could go on IR. And it's more of a mental thing than it is anything.
The Jets did that with Greg Zuerlein last year. They put him on IR even though he clearly didn't have an injury. And
yeah, Bob, I really think that as a man, Justin Fields is broken right now.
I don't mean this to be facetious, and I don't mean this to be cruel, but I just really wonder if Justin could benefit from some counseling.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And you know, if you've ever come across anybody with PTSD or any of that sort of mental block, that's what you're looking at right now with Justin Fields. And I don't know what it is that caused it. If it's a football related or non-football related, it doesn't really matter what the cause is. That's the kid has it. And you could see that in that last drive, the camera zoomed in on him several times in that drive. And you could just see the cloud over his eyes. I mean, there's a fog on his face that's saying some really bad things right now. And you know, these are all signs. You know, men's health is usually a secondary thing that people overlook, you know, and he's given these warning signs out. Talking about, what was it, about a month ago, BG, where he was in the closet?
Yes.
Again, you know, as men, we sit here and kind of laugh at that and go, why, you know, but when you're around broken men, and BG, you and I talked about this a little bit last night with your brother was in the Marine Corps, your father was in the Navy. You know, whether you're a first responder on the fire department, the police, whatever, when you've become broken like that, and we as other men are sitting here ignoring this or laughing, or that's not healthy for it. That's not healthy. And this kid is broken, and I don't want this kid on the field anymore. I don't want him. I don't want him on the team.
So you want to do it as really trying to help him. Forget about the team.
Yeah, forget about the team. I don't care. Put Brady Cook in, put Tyrod in. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with continuing to beat this kid down when he's clearly giving signs that there's that he's got some mental things going on that are not healthy for him. You know, and if his leadership ignores that, things could get worse for him. Things will get worse for him.
Is part of that, the thing that I noticed about him is he seems emotionless on the sideline.
Well, that's the cloud. That's that fog.
Right.
Yeah, he's become completely emotionless, and he's checked out upstairs, and that's how he found himself in the closet. Mm-hmm. He and again, somebody that's experienced that on firsthand, not necessarily for me, but you know, I being on the fire department for 20 years and going to these kind of calls and seeing it firsthand, I've seen that look. I you know, and it's just it's not a good look. I hope the Jets management gets this kid off the field, gets this kid some help. I don't care about the money. You can cut him you can cut him, you can pay him, whatever you want to do. I think they could sit there, and if he agreed to that, hey, we've got some problems, they could figure out the contract issues and just say, look, let's part ways. And we're gonna stick with you, Justin, to get you some help, because I really think that's what the kid needs right now. He's just lost.
Well,
Alon says counseling helps. It's done wonders with me. So there you go.
You can't.
Has it really?
Well, I don't know if that's the shining example for counseling, but
right. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I would use that as an example, but anyway, honestly though, that's my 100% stance on this right now.
Did you wonder why they didn't stick with the offense that they used throughout the first drive?
Oh, I was complaining about it all night. He had five rushing attempts in the first drive. We score a touchdown. He doesn't get another rushing attempt until the third quarter.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It did not make any sense to me. And again, here we are with this. We have rookie coaches. We have a quarterback that's not thriving. But I'll go back to that, Bob, even with that, when he was with those 5 rushing attempts, you could still see it in his body language that he's just kind of going through the motions. Yep. He knows he's he's a mobile quarterback. Let me go get some yardage. But you could see it that there wasn't even a lot of motivation in those runs. Yeah. It looked great. We moved the ball a little bit. It's just not there, and I want the kid off the. I want the kid in counseling.
Okay,
that's my 2 cents. But
I appreciate
hey, Bob, I do have a history question for you though.
Oh, there you go.
Because BG has the Marty Lyons, the autograph.
Up in uni, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But did you know Marty Lyons was not one of the original New York Sack Exchange?
Oh, really? When didn't they just name the Sack Exchange when the 4 of them came together, or did that happen before?
No, there was 4, but he was not the original one. Back in 1981, the NFL kind of named that kind of came from, like Chris Berman and all that, the New York Sack Exchange, but he was not on that list. Do you know who was?
Teach me.
a guy named Rudolph.
Rudolph.
I remember the name.
Yeah,
I want to say his name.
A bright red.
I want to say his name was Joe Rudolph.
Joe.
Yeah, they named him part of the New York Sack Exchange in '81, but then he kind of fell off. Marty Lyons picked it up in '82 and became part of the New York Sack Exchange.
I'm trying to recall. Did the Jets drafted Marty and they drafted Gastineau the next year, or were they in the same draft? Because I know Gastineau was not a first-round pick.
No, Gastineau was Gastineau was drafted
third-round pick, I believe.
Yeah.
Gastineau was drafted in what, 80? 79?
Let me pull these up. So he was drafted 79. He was a second-round pick. Excuse me. Sorry, Gastineau. A second-round pick there in 79.
Yeah.
Lions. I mean, we have it right there on the jersey. I mean, Marty Lyons was drafted in 79 as well.
Yes.
There you go.
But he was not part of the New York Sack Exchange originally when they were talking about the Sack Exchange until
Nancy Green saying Ben Rudolph. Ben Rudolph.
There you go. I couldn't think of his first name. I remember it. Yeah, it was. But Ben Rudolph was one of the original New York Sack Exchange guys, but only for like that 1 year.
And then he was replaced in the band. Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a third-round pick in 1981.
Yeah, I just thought that was a little. I had seen that on an NFL history. They were talking about the New York Sack Exchange, and they brought up Rudolph and not Marty Lyons.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
Andy, thanks,
I
man.
do, and I would, and as far as last night's game goes, I don't think the Jets are as far behind the Patriots as a certain individual would like for all of us to believe. If you were to swap those two quarterbacks last night and put Drake May, who is turning out to be a
Terrific player.
phenomenal quarterback.
No doubt about it.
You put that quarterback on the New York Jets last night, and you put Justin Fields on the Patriots. The margin's bigger than a 13-point victory.
I would just say that the thing that gives me hope, because we're all sort of beat up. The season's been beat up. We got another 7 games left of Justin Fields or God help us, Tyrod Taylor, and whoever is going to be playing quarterback. The hope is this: the offensive line is really good for the Jets. And you just drop a quarterback in with hopefully you bring back Breece Hall. Garrett's going to be healthy. You add some more pieces. You have all these draft capital. You have a bunch of money in free agency. Maybe you could do a Patriot-like thing of spending in key places where you get some important pieces filling some of these holes. All of a sudden, maybe the Jets could be a lot better, a lot more quickly than people think.
Yeah, and that's why I said I think this team was a lot better. The secondary didn't play very well last night. We trade Sauce. You've got the rookie who was playing really well, who is now out. And they played a lot of zone coverage last night. And zone coverage for new guys is difficult. We saw this when Sauce was here and at the beginning of the season where they weren't communicating out there. And that's the biggest part about playing zone coverage is you guys have to learn to, it may not even be verbal communication. It is, it's body language. You guys play enough in zone coverage that you know what each other's doing.
Exactly.
And we were struggling with the communication part. Started to get it a little bit. AZ was playing pretty decent. The zone coverage was you saw that communication getting better. But now we had to flip and put a whole bunch of new people in new positions, and the communication broke down again. And you end up with wide receivers with nobody around them.
Terrible.
And that's what continued to happen all night last night was I'm dropping this guy off, and the guy that I'm dropping it off to is not there.
I think you got to give a lot of credit to New England's offensive coordinator too.
Josh McDaniels, sure. Yeah, he was carving them up like a turkey.
He's created this offensive scheme that's built around what Drake.
He's had it forever. Yeah, I mean, it's a good.
That's having a quarterback who can do it too. Drake May can do these things, and so you take a depleted defensive backs, and you're going up against a very good quarterback, and we really made him look really good. The score could have been a lot worse than what it was. So that's my 2 cents on it. I will say this. I'll keep Justin in my prayers tonight and will continue to do so because it's not about with this kid, it's not about football anymore. I want him. I want him in some counseling, and I want him to be to get right before something like what happened in Dallas here 2 weeks ago. I don't know the whole story about where the gentleman what got him into that mindset, but that's a good example of what can happen. So let's just keep him in our thoughts and say, look, Justin, go get some help. We ain't worried about the football team right now. We already know, it's not about this because I don't want that story to become the New York Jets.
Yeah,
that's
thank you. Thank you for a really thoughtful comment.
Yeah, and let's go back to the phone lines. We've got. Let me make sure I do this first. Okay, here we go. Okay, looking good. Got the gear on. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's go back. Here we go. Wide.
Morning, Bob. Morning, BG. Yeah, man. BG looking fresh. That's my guy. Like that.
So clean. So fresh.
Hey, so, Johnny, let's talk about the baseball winter meetings. What do you think?
Man, I don't even know, man. It's like every single team that I root for is just digging it into my back hard mega pause on that, but it sucks, man. Like that game last night, everybody had us getting blown out, like bad, and it's like the Jets have it close enough to where you're like, oh man, we're about to do something, just to be like, psych, sucker, no win for you at all. Like
we beat the spread.
Did we? Okay,
13
nice.
and a half.
All right, yeah, there we go. Nice. That's something to rally around. Sure.
You get this first play, this first drive, you got him. You finally using Fields' legs.
Yeah.
Doesn't use it again to the third. And you're like, what is going on? We're here expecting AD Mitchell to come in just a week he was in the Colts, then comes over here, and we want this guy to be our number one. And he just dropping ball. I don't know, man. Like, it is what it is at this point.
He did last night what he has always shown: speed, strength, ability to get himself open. And unfortunately, one of his problems is dropping the football. He had it in college, and he had it in Indianapolis. That's why he wasn't one of the starting wide receivers. He had quite a few drops last year.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. It's just it was tough, man. And like, you start to have these thoughts in your head, like, is the reasoning that AG is having Fields there because he wants to, get the better pick next year or whatever, and Fields is the guy that is not going to get you that win, right? Like, I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, for example, last night, that fumble on real time, you see it. The dude's trying to pick up the ball and is trying to make a play, but it's easy to kill him now because he should have jumped on there. But
yeah,
it's just so much going on at that time, right? We're trying to drive. We get the ball back. We're thinking that we're going to do something. It just doesn't happen. And the defense held. Like, it held them to 3 points where they probably should have scored a touchdown on that because they were that close. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Those are the couple of things that I'm like, these guys are buying into what AG is trying to do. I question Tanner in regards to why not continue to keep using. We've been saying it all year. Use his legs more. Use his legs more. Use his legs more. And anybody else thinks when you hear Cry in the Closet that the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet song comes directly into your head? Like, that's what starts to play in the back of my mind. But anyways, no, the reason I was calling in Bob and BG was, can we talk about Al Michaels and Herb Street just straight passion?
Oh, so you guys, here to break the fourth wall here, for me, and how now I live in this watch party world that I didn't exist in before. My headset is playing absolutely nothing. The only thing, I am watching the game in black and white world. It's color, but I'm watching it silent. I hear nothing. So I have no idea what they're talking about in the broadcast. Luckily, I just know every penalty of signal, so I can see the signal and then be able to communicate it to the audience of seeing what the penalties are. But I have no idea. So anything on Herb Street, Al Michaels, until I get a rewatch, I have no idea what they said. So
you're like a fan watching in the stands, and
100% exactly. You're right. I have no idea what's being said. So no, do you feed me, Johnny? What happened?
Dude, you got Al Michaels saying, "Yeah, Jet fans have been suffering since '69." And bro, just any time that he could give a dig, he did constantly. And I like, hey, no disrespect, Bob, or anything, but bro, I'm yelling at the TV like, shut your old ass up. Like, stop talking, bro. Like, go and retire and just stop. Like, why do you continue to keep doing this? And bro, and they were just on there like just Drake May, man, the whole time just sucking on the guy, man. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Is it that bad for the Jets? Yeah, it's that bad that Al Michaels and Herb Street, or whatever his name is, they're dogging us on national TV, and it's not being talked about as much. And Justin Fields, I thought Justin Fields was always the same way, like this, very like just quiet. He was like that in Ohio. And Bob, you were right. I tried to be a Justin Fields guy. I tried to say that, you know, maybe they're gonna open something with this guy that possibly it's gonna benefit us, but it just hasn't happened. And there's a lot more noise in the New York media than there was in Chicago and in Pittsburgh. And
he got run through the mill in Chicago over and over again. I mean, let me tell you something. Here's today's back page of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Bring it a little bit closer. Yeah. Okay, now we're seeing it.
The back page story is that when the Bears were on Monday Night Football, Troy criticized the way that the Bears quarterback played.
Caleb Williams, yeah.
And said that one of the plays that went for 55 yards and a touchdown was lucky. This is 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He is on the cover. He's on the back page, their quarterback, every single day. It's almost like he went to the bathroom yesterday. Story page 37. Justin Fields went through the same situation over and over again about, is this the week where we finally see a breakthrough? And this went on for 3 years. By the third year, they were saying, well, this is it. He'll be gone after this year, and we'll draft a quarterback. But
he was the same way though over there, right, Bob? Like
exactly, was it? You said it wasn't, but it was. He's used to getting pilloried, and he has been, and that's why I give him a lot of credit, because he hasn't lost it. He has never gone and said, "You guys don't know what you're talking about. You know, you don't know what it's like to be chased by 300-pound, men that want to, smash you into the ground. I know I've got my faults, but." He's not like that at all. And maybe that's part of the problem too. Maybe because, again, I don't see any emotion on his face when he comes out after something's gone wrong. Now, he was really happy after he scored the touchdown last night. And he was happy after he scored, the touchdown pass last night. But other than that, it was just a complete blank face. And, I mean, I'd like to see some frustration. I'd like to see some, okay, let's fix what we just did wrong. And I don't see that. And that's why Indy could be absolutely right, that he's on too level a plane, and that level is not good, as a football player, who earns his living, playing a very violent and emotional game.
Yeah, like I just see it to where you get the drop ball from A.D. Mitchell, where we've been asking him to throw the ball down the field. He does. He drops the ball.
Yeah.
Zoom in right into Justin Fields' face. And you're like, in my head, I'm like, damn, this dude is saying it only happens to us, the Jets. And it's going downhill from there. So, I mean, could there be potentially some mental issues with him? Yes, they're more than likely there probably is, but he's
not going to solve them in New York.
Exactly, and it's only going to just they need to put somebody else in there. Like, if why not use Tyrod, right, and then use Justin Fields like a Taysom Hill type of deal and all that. Like, why not? You saw what he could do with his legs. You saw that, and why is he? Every single ball he throws, it's like a 100-mile-per-hour fastball down the middle. Like I don't understand it, and I'm trying to comprehend it. I'm like, why? Like, what's the reasoning behind?
It's that's all learning how to touch. The only time he didn't throw it was on the touchdown pass to Mechie last night, because he had time and he's so wide open he could just loop it in there.
Yeah, 100%.
But Namath had the same problem. Namath had to learn to develop a touch. You couldn't just, throw 100-mile fastballs.
So maybe hope it's not lost. Namath figured it out. Maybe Fields can.
Hey, BG and Bob, last thing.
Yeah.
With the whole Rich Samini thing and the whole Jets media stuff.
Yeah.
You ever seen that meme that they have out now when Michael Jordan had the iPad in front of him
Oh yeah.
And some dude is talking trash, and he just busts out laughing and everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think Rich Samini is doing. So I'll leave it at that, man. Hey,
Rich Samini is doing his job, and I know that Aaron Glenn doesn't want any of this stuff leaking. He did a great job with, with the guys that he got rid of on the trading day, because
a lot of assets. Sure.
They wanted out, and he kept it inside, and he doesn't want to have a leak about any of his injured players. But to me, it's all for naught. I mean, it's kind of silly. He wants complete control. Lombardi had complete control, and I've said this before. He treated everybody the same way. Jerry Kramer said he treats us all the same, like dogs. Okay, and they won. If Aaron Glenn would win, it wouldn't really matter, because they don't win. It becomes an issue of, is he an ogre? Is he trying to be, a maniac and controlling everything?
Bob, last thing real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm wanting to go to the Ravens game.
Okay. Yeah, that's close to you. Yep.
2 hours away from me.
Okay.
A, am I an idiot for taking that drive? B, am I dumb for taking that drive? C, why am I putting myself through this pain? D, I'm a Jets fan and I love pain. Or insert every other.
You are clearly a glutton for punishment, and that's a kink that some people are into. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge. Okay. And no, you should 100% go to the game. The memories, again, we didn't see you at this one, Johnny, but of course we were together for the Jets-Patriots game last year. The stuff that you get to do at the game, regardless of whether you see it by yourself or with family or friends or whoever you're going to see it with, those moments are always so cool. So I highly recommend it.
I'm going with my wife. I was like, we haven't dated in a while.
There you go.
Like, let's go. And she's like, we're going to be so quiet driving back home because she gets as pissed as I do.
I was going to say, let her do the driving back so you can just.
Yeah.
I won't go. I'm the biggest Met fan there is. And when they're terrible, as much as I love going to Wrigley Field to watch them play, I'm not going. I don't like the feeling after the game of just feeling completely frustrated at how bad my team is. It doesn't do me any good.
Johnny, before you sign off, first off, give one final plug, man.
Yeah, man. Tonight, 7:30, little bit of Jets therapy over here on Jets Worldwide. All one word. We're going to talk about it. I have yet to talk to Snowball. Snowball has left me unread. Normally, what that means is that he's pissed, like pissed off to the point where he's like, I don't want to talk or anything.
Can't wait for the show tonight. Nice.
Johnny Boy, do you have a couch? You have a couch on your show?
Do I have a couch? I do. In my office.
He does. It's in the back, right? So
okay, all right. So we'll be ready to be laying down there and talking about stuff.
Okay, there you go. Jets Worldwide, all one word. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. I want to shout out to the 500 people in the room. I'm taking a quick 30-minute break and then I'm back live again. So hey, I just should have a camera 24/7 just sort of following me around as I do my life, and you guys can sort of just dive in, which I appreciate. Well, Bob, this was our first and only version, at least for this season. We'll see if the Jets have any more Thursday night football games next year. Appreciate us doing this quasi post-game show. There was a lot of fun.
Really, it's a very different kind of experience for me. It may not have seemed that way, but I always loved listening to post-game shows when I was growing up to see what the experts really thought, and I'm far from one of those guys.
Now you're the expert.
Well, but I have my opinions. I may not be expert, but I have my opinions.
And we appreciated hearing them. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. I'll be back on for Boy Green Daily tomorrow morning with my father, who's out in Romania, who has, I'm sure, all kinds of things to say. And in about 8 minutes, if you're watching this live, Trevor Sikkema. He is the lead NFL draft analyst for Pro Football Focus and also a massive overall NFL guy, and he studies the draft. That interview becomes public. It has been available for Boy Green Coffee Club members. You guys can check out that interview. So don't worry about the Jets losing again and losing to the Patriots. Think about the draft, Goose Fraba, better things. You guys can do that with our Trevor Sikkema interview coming up in just a few minutes. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Great weekend, everybody.
Yep.